Chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know. Walk on up with a drink in hand, sipping mixes cause you can. And all the lights begin to switch off. You're chasing the light, holding on for life, feeling the high. Chasing the light, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high. Chasing the night, holding on for life, feeding the high, chasing the night, chasing the night. Hotel rooms and city squares, champagne bottles, drum and snare. The sights and cities seem to fall away when you stay. Locked in love for a night or two, losing sleep just to get off you. Day to day you wanna stay out. You're chasing the light, holding on for life, feeling the high. Chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing
isn't over yet. You lost one fight, but it's not the end. So get back up and fight again. Take one step, take another. Find the strength for your brothers. Erase the doubt with your battle cry. You feel the earth move to the drum of steel boots. Banish the fear inside. You're strong enough that you don't have to hide. No, you don't have to hide. You're strong enough with your battle cry. Clash of steel spills your blood. A whisper doubt fills your head, but you have to fight again. So take one step, take another. Find the strength for your brothers. Erase the doubt with your battle cry. With your battle cry. You feel the earth move to the drum of steel boots. Banish the fear inside. You're strong enough that you don't have to hide. No, you don't have to hide. You're strong enough with your battle cry. Brings you to your knees.
Rising out the ashes, coming from the ether. All I hear is static. Breathe a little deeper. Fallen, broken, a million light years away from home. My eyes opened, and now I've come to claim life. Oh, never let it go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. 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 Found me in the darkness. Now they see me shining. Calling me a goddess. Thunder and the lightning. I'm falling, I'm faster. Making my way back, I'm close to home. I'm fighting harder because I've come to claim my throne. Never letting go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. I'm running through the fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. heart into something gold. Knew I sold my soul to the devil long ago. I rode it all along on your way right before it broke. Time was thrown down the well, so I let you go. What I do right now. What I do right now for you, for you. Carolina skies in the night, floating by your side. I fell up when you fell down, but we stayed in flight. I'm laughing to myself, 'cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my mind. What I do right now. What I do right now for you, for you.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Dota's the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running in, but GG, well played.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
ESL 1 Los Angeles is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GG Bet.
We're back. It's Dota 2 time early in the morning here as we kick off our day for Europe and CIS. It's the ESL 1 Los Angeles 2020 group stage with Cyber Legacy taking on Gambit. I'm Gareth, joined by Lacoste as we get ourselves into the draft. First picks there. Lacoste, how you doing on this beautiful Tuesday morning?
Good morning, folks. I'm still sleepy, but Phoenix first pick should wake me up. How do you time it so perfectly every single time, Gary?
It's magic, isn't it? Absolute production magic. I missed kills, I missed first bloods and shit like that, but we can get into the game on time with the first pick. Don't you worry.
So what do we have? Void Spirit gone. A lot of offlaners still in the pool. It feels like Pangolier is one of the most contested heroes. I did not see any stats, but feels like every single time he's banned out, can be played as position 4, still does the job, or as an offlaner. Then he scales with the items. Grimstroke is a good hero against Phoenix. You have this control. He really struggles at attacking the Phantom. And Axe could be a steal pick. Phoenix and Axe really love to lane together.
And they've got really sick initiation as well. Inkswell with Axe. Chase people down, you can lane them together if you want to.
10 seconds.
And like you say, it's also that steal pick away from the Egg Defender.
5 seconds.
Not allowing them to get the Axe Phoenix combo. So where do we head now for Cyber Legacy? As both of these teams not looking particularly good in the group stage. Cyber Legacy 1 and 4 series-wise with Gambit 2 and 3. But it feels like Gambit have kind of picked it up more recently. And taking down Bait 2-0, Nigma 2-0. They did have a couple of early losses to Viking 2-0, Hellraisers 2-1, and of course VP 2-1. Ember Spirit going to come out. Chains pretty good with a Supernova. And you've got yourself the 2 Fiery Boys kicking off their draft.
I still can't believe Liquid is out. I'm checking the results, and they're guaranteed already out. 0 and 5.
Yeah, it's sad times. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm just like laughter. It's like sad laughter. Like, yeah, it's happened.
5 seconds.
It's a tragedy. And they just, they were just like taking game 1 off everyone. Then that inconsistency, losing out in game 2 and game 3 in every one of their series. Right now, Cyber Legacy looking like they might be going the same way. They did win one, though, at the very least. Taking down Bait early on in their first series, I believe.
If you look at the names, you know these players from like tier 2.5 teams, but they did not achieve anything big. On the other side, you have Gambit, a lot of known players, Melis. We still don't know who that is, but it's definitely a stand-in.
Well, his name's right there, Lacoste.
Oh, it says Melis. What do you mean?
What do you mean you don't know who he is?
Like, where does he come from? Did he play for any of the teams? I don't remember seeing that name ever.
Can't find him. Doesn't exist. I recognize his name, but I'm struggling to figure out where. When he played on JFSHH 178. A couple of games there. He played on Revolt, Prius, Viking, Hellraisers. He's played on a bunch of teams, but probably is kind of standard and stuff like that. Team Moriarty. He's been around. YOLO Knight. Wow, that's a name I've not seen in a long time.
Ooh.
Oh, that's where he's from. He played with God damn it, like Baby Knight, Nikwa. Didn't Sing Sing play on YOLO Knight as well?
I only watched top tier Dota, sorry.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Whatever, my man. Yeah, he played and joined Dota League 9 months ago. That's where I've seen him. That's where I've seen him. Yeah, he was playing up against Wind and Rain, Hippomaniacs. Oh, that was okay. I see now.
Well, he had a great performance on Axe yesterday. And he played a mean Void Spirit as an offlaner, getting a ton of farm, Mule Scepter, Aghanim Scepter, creating a lot of chaos. Gambit, they really love their Enchantress. They even last picked FNG's hero in one of the games, and it was Enchantress.
Yeah, last
you
pick
can
Enchantress.
dispel Ember Spirit's shield, so that's a good thing. I guess he just feels comfortable with the hero.
I guess lane harass up against Phoenix is pretty good. You can trade hits, you've got sustain, you've got long range impetus damage for when he dives away as well. Even if you are against... he gets this kind of damage over time, tickling you down. You can heal through it pretty decently. Ench just doesn't like playing against that instant nuke damage. Cyber Legacy into the second stage. How do you answer FNG and his draft god status?
When you open up with Enchantress and Grimstroke, like, you need to have some guaranteed stun. One of the reasons why they picked Axe so early. So your Axe is going to be the playmaking hero, while Grimstroke and Enchantress are just focusing on the laning stage. I see a lot of teams making a mistake where you pick two supports like AA and Oracle. Like, that's a good example where these two heroes can't make rotation. At least AA has something global, but both of them are doing something when enemy is trying to make a first move. So you can't really just go and gank with these heroes. Oh, even more fire.
Fire, blast, ignite. Yeah, you're right. They're stacking it up.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, I like what you're saying. It's like Rubik, Earth Spirit, these kind of heroes that just have a way of starting a team fight, whether it's telekinesis or rolling boulder. Just some way to get in, make shit happen. Axe can do that for sure, but needs his blink dagger before he can really get it going. Gambit, time to reveal some more of your calls now. They've been going for a lot of spirits. Void Spirit, Storm Spirit have been some of their favorite ones to grab up, and right now we're looking at some pretty limited stuns, but Spectre coming into that fourth spot. So Spectre, Ench lane, Grimstroke, Axe, leaving their mid to last.
Looking at these like first three heroes, I'm like, man, Cyber Legacy has much better draft. These three heroes are strong at every stage of the game. Then Spectre comes and suddenly it's just, yeah, man, Spectre is such a great hero. I don't... Okay, so this is...
God damn it, I was going to say it.
The hero. This is the hero. Sorry, Gary. Sometimes it happens to me, you know.
Yeah, it's fine.
My co-caster talks way too much, and I have a certain hero in mind that the team's going to pick, and I don't have time to say it. So I did that to you. Batrider, the hero that Spectre really does not love to play into, and they have no ways of dispelling Napalm stacks.
5 seconds.
And if he wants to cut waves, there's no way to stop that. And he's another fire hero, is what I was looking at. There's even more fire here for Cyber Legacy.
You need Morphling as the last pick for Gambit. You need some water to cool them down.
Extinguish that fire. It's banned, though, unfortunately, in that second stage. Cyber Legacy knew. They knew, man. They banned that Morphling second stage. No water for you. Maybe a bit of ice could help them out if they pick up an AA or something like that. Alchemist final ban. Cyber Legacy really have a pretty damn nice draft so far, and Gambit looking for their mid hero that doesn't feel like it's going to remedy any of their problems. They don't have any big team.
Still great Storm Spirit game. Like, have this global presence from Spectre and Storm. They have like only Ember Spirit chains, Ogre stun, Batrider's last, but these are hard spells to execute on Storm Spirit if he's zipping around.
Where are they going to go with this final ban then? Do they get rid of it? They're thinking.
Cyber Legacy, they need some tower damage. So I'm thinking, depends whether they want to put Ember Spirit on the mid lane.
I mean, do you
and
want
then have some like tower damage? That profit, all right, that profit's gone. There's still Dragon Knight. He can build into Silver Edge, break Spectre, Axe, Enchantress.
Radiant team
Oh, Invoker ban.
Dire team.
I'm wondering if like it's gonna be Ember mid, then they've got Ogre Wraith King as your safe lane. It looks like that's gonna be able to stand up to the Grimstroke Axe a little better than an Ember Spirit. They could of course switch things around if they want to put Bat mid. They can, but you were saying earlier on, Bat should have a pretty good lane against the Spectre.
10 seconds.
Is it
remaining.
storm time for Gambit?
5
Long
seconds.
range
I'm just
reach.
thinking, can you pick a hero that has any kind of mana burn? Invoker is gone, one of the reasons why they banned it out. Quaswex Invoker against Ember Spirit would be great, dispelling the shield, burning the mana on Wraith King, and they go with the Storm Spirit.
They sure do.
Thank
so-
God I said it, but that's why I said it before, Gary.
God
So
damn.
that you can't cut me off.
Good job, Lacoste. Good job. Yeah, it's too early in the morning to try and make hero predictions. So Dream Spectre. Oh, GPK Storm. We've seen some beautiful performances out of him. It looks like a pretty damn good Storm game too. Was he against an Ember Spirit? What was he playing the other day when he absolutely annihilated someone mid lane? It was against
I don't think
Hellraisers,
he
wasn't it?
cares.
No.
It was Queen of Pain, I believe.
Oh, it was Dendy's Quap.
Oh yeah, he got
10 seconds.
first blood and then this Queen of Pain and just rolled over him. He did not
5
die a single time
seconds
this game.
Yeah, he got
That game.
He got
Yeah.
annihilated. So last hero on that Batrider. Big Num picks up the Phoenix, and we'll get ourselves here into game one of this best of three. A quick little break though before we touch ourselves towards the Oh my God! Move ourselves. What is wrong with me?
Break.
Before we move into the game, MVP guys, Mercedes MVP, please take me away. I'm fired. Get rid of me. Oh my God, Lacoste, I'm in tears. I'm laughing so much. I can't believe. Where did that come from? Let's touch ourselves, guys, and move into the game. Oh, for
I
God's
forgot
sake.
that. I told you yesterday, Gary, to remind me. We're gonna time it in this pre-game.
Sorry, that's my
It's
fault. I
always
forgot.
the same, and I'm taking my watch out.
Right.
Not that phone. I'm taking my watch out. I'm gonna do it on my phone.
We'll time game 2 and we'll time game 3 then. Here we are. Best of 3 between Cyber Legacy and Gambit as we get ourselves into the lanes and move forward.
Maybe we should stop saying word ourselves because it didn't end well last time you did it.
Just
Everyone's
remove-
tipping FNG.
Tip the big man. I miss his hair, you know. Long gone are the days of gorgeous FNG. He's still a handsome man, but...
Ugly now, huh?
No, he's still a handsome man, but he's not gorgeous anymore.
I think he looks better with short hair.
Okay, that's fine. Each to their own. Last hero. Calling out the casters. And there are the odds, guys. Gambit favored here, 1.36. Cyber Legacy, 3.00. We love nice round numbers, even if they're a bit odd. As Cyber Legacy up against Gambit, game 1, best of 3. We know where we are. It's ESL LA 2020 online during these quarantine times. Last hero, Batrider, coming up to top. There's the Dream Spectre. Big Num on the Phoenix with Happy Durara on that Ogre. And towards mid, Pikachu playing the Ember Spirit up against GPK Storm. And down south, XS Vampire with Melis, the Grimstroke and Axe, spotting out the Palantimos Wraith King.
Melis already placed a deep ward behind tier 1 and tier 2 tower. This also gives them ability to cut the creep waves and kill the couriers. So they're gonna start with... Alright, they're not. I thought they were gonna try to get a first blood and then Phoenix TPs to the bottom lane.
You know, it still interests me or intrigues me. Pikachu is Iceberg's twin brother. And whenever I see his picture, well, the first time I saw his picture pop up, I think it was on a BTS stream, I was like, why are they using Iceberg's picture for Pikachu? That's a bit rude. And it was like, oh, wait, they're literal, like, identical twin brothers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Where is Iceberg now? He's still around, right? He's still playing Dota 2.
He is.
Is he still Windstrike or something like that?
Last time I saw him on that team. And Cyber Legacy, they're going full memes. We did not say that. They had 4 fiery heroes, and they picked Wraith King as their last hero. He has a spell called Wraith Fire Blast.
He sure does.
I'm not sure where the fire comes from the skeleton, I guess from the Rs, but... Yeah.
From the soul, deep inside you, you've got a fire burning. So how are these lanes looking? Dream has Magic Stick, of course, and Enchantress grabbing up a troll, wandering through that jungle. So it's a Batrider Ogre, and they've put the Phoenix down bottom with the Wraith King. So far, looking pretty good across the board. Of course, we do have to watch out when Batrider hits, what, level 3, level 4? The kill threat over on a Spectre or the Enchantress, it's huge.
Yeah, the overtime damage is insane. I mean, every single lane, it's all they have. Like, overtime damage.
We don't really have a great pipe or mech builder. I'm wondering here if maybe Enchantress tries to build a mech. But Axe usually wants to go Vanguard into Blick Dagger. But against all this magic damage, do you think there's going to be some kind of shift away from it?
He could. This is the build that he went for. Just gets Ring of Thrask for the lane region. And then he goes like phase boots. We see that more often. Like just wants to be able to start a fight, move around the map, phase boots on top of extra wind lace. Maybe if you get something like mana brooch, faded brooch. You probably missed that
No,
one.
I caught it. You shut up. I'm going to catch the second one as well, Lacoste. The stream and the viewers are going to love me because we found a way to watch kills happen. I have to stop talking, you talk, and I focus on the camera work, and then we see Gambit take the 2-0 lead with first blood being claimed by FNG.
We finally figured it out after casting together for like 2.5, 3 years. Spectre getting 1 kill, participating in first blood, having like a wave and a half of free CS. This is already looking rough.
And you just don't expect the Spectre Enchantress lane to get kills on Ogre Batrider. Definitely some problems coming out of the Radiant side. As down bottom, Axe 15-3. He's accelerating pretty quickly, just a touch ahead of the Wraith King. And mid lane, how's that going? Storm Spirit, yeah, in the lead up against Ember.
Huh?
Touch, yeah. Emphasis on the touch. I'm not going to say ourselves. And GPK getting chased a little bit by Pikachu, who is going for the Flame Guard build up against this Storm Spirit. And of course, with those remnants of the overcharge, he's just popping it out very quickly.
Runes spawning in 15 seconds. I want to see some rotation for Gambit to secure the runes. For GPK, Enchantress, she's still waiting.
They're trying to make a play on Calanthimos.
Like FNG is AFK.
He wants the troll. Pikachu going to get the free rune then. This does open up Dream top lane to get dived by a last hero. Level 3 Bat, 2 points in Sticky. Dream doesn't have any more 1 charges, but he's turning to fight. Last hero's dropping low, and the TP in from FNG. Dream is going to survive this, you know? My goodness gracious me.
Magic Wand, Dispersion, 2 points. Enchantress is going to heal him up. Not going to be full HP, but at least it's something. Has some regen from that ring, bringing full soul ring, so that's going to give him lane sustain. They're getting way too much out of this lane.
This is already turning into a laning stage stomp. 30 and 11 on the Storm Spirit now. It was even like 30 seconds ago, 40 seconds ago, and GPK is just like, nah, shut up, casters. I'm going to start slamming this Ember Spirit. Level 3 Flame Guard. Yeah, it's going to last through the Remnant now. But a Vortex back into Overload. GPK just stands his ground, keeps pummeling this Pikachu Ember Spirit. Gets another click in there to cancel out the bottle charge as well. But this Arcane Rune might be the undoing of the Storm. He's got 5 stick charges in the Fairy Fire. He's fine.
GPK is so aggressive. Every single time he pops Flame Guard, he instantly goes and tries to remove it.
It's like shades of Sumail. You know, but when I watch GPK, it reminds me of that 16-year-old Sumail just relentlessly clicking people. He's still got 6, now 8 stick charges up his sleeve. Pikachu
He's
casting
full
spells.
level ahead of him.
Dear Lord. What is that experience? That's 400 experience in... Yeah, he's a good 400-500 experience ahead of the Ember Spirit. Only 6 minutes into the game. Bottom lane, they have tried to dive the Wraith King. Bignum and Palantimos expending a decent amount of regen here, just trying to trade farm with that Axe, who's top of the net worth, by the way. Axe at 2.6k, ahead of the Spectre. This is looking devastating for Cyber Legacy already. Double damage rune FNG's mid lane, yeah. Enchantress gonna go give the clicks to the Ember Spirit. And Storm, they could TP in here and maybe kill Pikachu. 3, 4, 5. He's holding a point for that Remnant. Dream is doing just fine top lane, continuing to farm away pretty nicely, even against the pressure of the Bat and Ogre. And FNG smoking.
Spectre is level 6, so they can make a rotation. Ogre, he's only level 2. A lot of harassment.
Imagine being zoned and killed by a level 3 Enchantress as an Ogre. Oh, that's so sad. They're 2v1 and they're running away from FNG. They're so afraid.
This game just looks like a disaster from start. They did not get a single kill. I mean, early kills don't matter that much. But still, it's so easy to snowball. And we can see Melis, like Ring of Tarask into Blink Dagger. He's just 1,000 gold away from it.
Yeah, they don't even need to make any stacks for him. Storm's going to be back in the jungle now. GPK is like, okay.
Oh,
Ember
perfect.
Spirit. What, the shovel?
He gets the bounty rune with the shovel and then just bottles it.
Oh.
The value.
Gorgeous. I mean, usually with these axes, you know, we see a support go and stack camps a couple of times. They're dire sides, so they've got ancients on both sides of the map that they can utilize. But Gambit just don't need to. They've got so much going for them. GPK back into the lane. We're just seeing the mirror movement. Whenever Storm goes jungle, Ember Spirit shows on lane and vice versa. As the 8-minute rune about to spawn. Pikachu readies himself with the Remnant. Level 8 Storm Spirit. A little ahead now. Where's it going to spawn? It's up top, so Ember Spirit at least has something going his way. But at this point, Gambit don't really need to make any rash decisions. Just keep playing as they have been, farming away. Wraith King, Ember Spirit are starting to rack up a decent amount of CS, and it looks like they want to set the tempo themselves. Wraith King with Armlet queued up. Ember Spirit going phase into Wand.
Arcane Rune, Storm Spirit. And Quelling Blade for Spectre. Like, they got the dream items. Spectre has enough sustain in terms of region. With Soul Ring, Magic Wand, you can just keep farming the jungle and the lane if needed. Arcane Ring, such a value item on Storm Spirit. You get 10 intelligence, which means damage. You have high armor already, +3 on top of that, and some mana replenish.
Well, the turnaround from Vampire and Melas. Inkswell will be dodged by the 3 heroes down here. And level 6 on Axe, he will just TP back to us.
TP out.
All the stuns down, and Ring of Tarask will bring him back up to full with the help of a shared Tango. What's happening over here? Enchantress?
All right, Pikachu.
They get FNG.
He got him. First
Finally.
kill.
Yeah, up on the board at long last. But you have to remember, that is the position 5. That is the FNG Enchantress. Spectre is continuing to farm towards Radiance. Storm Spirit mid, getting pressured a little bit by Pikachu. GPK just going to dip back into that jungle now. And where is the Axe? What, 400 gold away from Blink? That's an 11-minute, 12-minute Blink Dagger on top of Ring and Buckler. And from that point, they can just chain smoke, right? Go with the Grimstroke, the Enchantress, Storm with Ball Lightning, and the Horn of Spectre you were mentioning in the draft, that global initiation power. One Blink Axe call turns into this massive 5v5 teamfight potentially. As Vampire's going to get jumped on his own high ground, holding the ramp as the bounty runes spawn. The neutrals, maybe no. Palantimos will take the kill. As Ember catches GPK, but he pops the illusion to get away from the chains. Bounty runes, 3 of them grabbed up by the Radiant. Is it 4 of them? 4 of them grabbed up by the Radiant. Batrider gets both up top.
That's one way to come back into the game. Good rotation from Cyber Legacy, invading the enemy jungle and bounty runes. They already had the vision, so they knew where Grimstroke was standing. Pikachu adjusting his skill build, maxing out Searing Chains and Flame Guard against the Storm Spirit, so you can hold him longer in place. Let's see, no points in Phantom's Embrace so far, so they can't really just go on him and kill him.
And those bounty runes and that one little play has now put Ember Spirit Wraith King up at the top of the net worth. Spectre does just leapfrog over Palantimos now. Axe and Storm trying to hit those primary items. Kaya very close. Blink Dagger, yeah, like 30 gold away. As Batrider nears the Boots of Travel. Should have it after this creep wave and a bit of jungling as he can fall back. Actually moving forward here, last hero. A bit ballsy, slowed by the enchant. Dream with a haunt ready and a dagger in 5. Last hero's getting destroyed by the impetus and maybe another blast. Oh, it's not going to be enough. Sticky napalm slowing that poor Satyr too low. With the move speed as well.
Smoke from Cyber Legacy. They want to kill Spectre.
Here comes Pikachu. What's he got? Chainmail? Is that going to be Blade Mail completed, actually? Yeah. Full Blade Mail done on this Ember. A nice early game item. We're seeing a lot more of this over the Maelstrom, and it's going to be incredibly potent as the Haunt from Dream is trying to bait it out. And where she jumped? Down south. Onto the Wraith King now. Spectre with a dagger ready, but no one charges. Trying to get over the ramp up on the high ground. No stun. Maybe a crit. It's not going to be there. Palantimos turns the armlet on. Has a jump back in towards the Invis rune top. GPK snags it up, and the silence is there on to this Ember Spirit. Dunk down, and Ogre will follow. The big man has arrived. Meles with a Blink Dagger reveal. Beautifully done. And Gambit, time to stamp their mark on this game now. 6-2 with a 2k lead. It's snowball time.
Perfect execution. They dodged the gank with Spectre. That's what happens when you don't have enough lockdown, and you gave Spectre a very good early game, which means that she's gonna get those items. Power Treads on Strength gets her to 1.5k HP, plus a Dispersion, so pretty hard to take down. And this is a sick timing on Axe's Blink Dagger. So he TP's mid, they smoke up, they get 2 kills, didn't lose a single hero for themselves.
And now we start to see the stacks. So not only do they have a great early laning stage, but they're going to have this acceleration. I thought maybe for the Axe here, but actually Dream's going to be the one to try and take a lot of this CS, helped out by the Grimstroke. Difficult, though, for the Spectre. Iron Talon will help out a little bit. Now Poor Man's Shield swapped in to that neutral item slot. Well, that's going to push Dream very close to Relic. All these big Ancients, plus the double stack of the large camp back there. What are we at now? That's going to be about 2.6k after the Dragon.
I'm not doing prediction for Mad Gary.
Okey-dokey.
And Spectre's bringing Healing Salve to herself just to be full HP. Efficient farming. Look at him swapping things out, swapping things in.
TPing mid now, Storm. Smoke up from Ogre, Ember, and Phoenix. They dive forward. Not using Supernova here, though, Bignum, as they try and chain stun GPK, but it's just not enough. Fire Blast and Chains nowhere near getting that kill. And a 2-man call. Meles is in. A Supernova now as GPK zip-zap back out. A Vampire trying to Inkswell away from the Wraith King. They've dragged Meles into the midst of it all, though. But he's a tanky Axe with 8 1 charges. And the rest of Gambit all bailing.
Slow.
He will get caught under his tier 1. I was just making sure there that nobody else getting grabbed. So that big 5v5 initiation pretty much ends up with 1 kill on Axe. I say 5v5, there was 1 hero not involved. Spectre down bottom, still farming towards the Relic.
Palantimos. Look at this build. Like, Armlet is a cheap, cost-efficient item. Excelsior farm, now going for Shadowblade. So he wants to be able to play this assassination game and can upgrade that to Silver Edge, break Spectre Axe, and then Enchantress later on.
Cyber Legacy finding themselves a way back into this. I honestly was starting to feel everything was lost and there was no hope. Clumsy Net.
Clumsy Net is such a valuable item against the Storm Spirit, especially if you have another way of rooting people. So what is it? Chains maxed out, 3 seconds duration. Once he gets level 15, he's gonna get 1 extra second, so that's 4 second downtime.
So
you can 175. Gary, I'm doing math. Shut up. So, yeah, you can almost permanet people once you hit level 15. You can't permanet Storm Spirit, but other people you can't. He's just gonna zip away.
Oh, whoopsie daisy. So when you slide a fist Clumsy Net someone, does the net like follow you until the sleight ends, or does the net, like the net on yourself, or does the net on yourself disappear because you're slighting and invulnerable?
That's a good question. I don't have the answer.
Well, we'll have to take a look and see what we
check.
Fan brace for Ember.
That's why Dota is such a beautiful game. It changes all the time, so no one knows everything. Probably someone in chat does know. Let us know.
There's always a question, right? Like no one.
No, there's always a couple of guys who think they know, but they don't. But there's also like 1 or 2 guys who are pretty sure what they're talking about. I'm not that guy right now.
And I think just Dota 2 in general, like, you know, everyone can be decent at the game. Everyone can try and get good, but I don't think there's ever going to be that perfect player. I don't think we're going to ever have, you know, the Kaspersky or the Carlson of Dota 2, right? You're not going to have that absolute legend and god, because it's impossible to know everything. No one is good at Dota. There's always something to learn, always something to find out, and FNG is going to figure out what fire does to the poor Enchantress as 3 heroes surround the poor little Bambi. But I think FNG, they're, you know, on a dewarding mission, perfectly happy to give away his life to secure even more farm time for Storm Spectre as she closes in on her Radiance, and Storm wants that Bloodstone in about 1,000 gold.
Raking is having a free game. Like, there is literally 0 mana burn. No one is building the Fusel Blade. But I mean, Spectre's not gonna even build one. It's gonna be way too late. Raking is getting a lot of farm and levels, which means that he will get that level 20 talent eventually. Mid lane, Malice.
Oh, where did he go? Shadowblade Wraith King comes out of Invis, whacks him down, 1/3 of his HP just disappears, and now Roshan maybe for Cyber Legacy? They're moving into the pit.
Sustain.
It's a level 3 Bloodlust. Wraith King plus Ember Spirit. Let's go.
Look at this attack speed from Wraith King. Bloodlust, Armlet.
20 attack speed talent. Pretty freaking good. And they've got Sticky Napalm and this Fiery Spirit to slow down Roshan. We need Bloodlust back up on the Wraith King though. Where's the Ogre? Yo, stop Bloodlusting the Bat Rider.
Do your job.
There we go. Yeah, multicast those skeletons. Get them going. Destroy Roshan. Gambit are trying to figure out if they can poke their heads into the pit a little bit. But Storm, Grimstroke a little too far away. Are they going to scout this out? They need vision in the pit. That's yeah, that was an FNG creep. They see it. They know it's low. And in comes GBK. He's stolen the Aegis. Oh, beautiful from Gambit as the Soulbind onto the 2 big cores. Ember Spirit Wraith King trapped inside the pit. And Gambit bail away. They jump in. They kill Roshan. They steal the Aegis. And they get away without losing a single freaking hero.
Essence Ring keeping him alive. So you basically wasted 1.5 minutes trying to kill Roche. Dire also killed the Roche, so they get the gold for themselves. And it's such a disaster for
Supernova on cooldown. They're chasing FNG mid, but the blink call from Axe with the ink spell onto the bat. They're going to take down last hero here. FNG might just survive through it with his double bracer and Storm's in. GPK, he's tasted the blood in the water, and he's a shark hunting for little fishies. Cyber Legacy getting zipped upon, and there's the Ember Spirit. He's got a remnant to fall back on. But the blink, ink spell, no, the call doesn't land. Pikachu is out of there. But goodness gracious, Gambit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Players.
And Spectre got the Radiance off on the bottom lane. Like, she killed the tower, TP'd back just to get the recipe straight away, and then used ulti to create confusion, lower the vision of them.
Middle tower is under attack.
Even though the game's pretty even in terms of net worth at the moment, but Storm Spirit with Aegis.
They call up Palantimos.
that's a big
FNG
kill.
caught in the back, but GPK finds the Ogre. It's Vampire sniped out by the Wraith King. They turn back onto Pikachu, but Dream, he's coming with the Radiance now. Spectre's like, do I really want to stick around and fight this? Maybe I do. Last hero arriving on the scene with a nice lasso and a double kill for Palantimos. And Gambit, maybe a step too far now. GPK still holding that Aegis as he picks up a haste rune, thinking about going back in. Big Num pretty low here with Supernova 5-second cooldown. That's the timing, and that's the pick-off they needed. GPK, he doesn't really mind falling here. That's just going to be his first life as FNG and Dream. They've got another round in them. Cyber Legacy back to their high ground. Hold the ramp.
Wraith King does not give a shit. Look at the crits that he's landing, like 800 crits on top of M-Claw. He's just standing his ground. What is Spectre building? Manta style, as expected. GPK wants to get a BKB. There's a ton of magical damage. Full Silver Edge on Wraith King, so they're going to be dealing with Spectre much easier. Also breaking the axe. He can't spin. Enchantress doesn't even have a point in Untouchable. Man, that spell feels so weird right now. It doesn't feel like ultimate at all.
Can you just spell Silver Edge with Manta? Who
Yes,
are they
it's
haunting on?
dispellable.
Oh, hello, Pikachu. 5 heroes suddenly surrounding him. Annihilated. I guess that was a blink call into Haunt, Ball Lightning, and that's what you were talking about in that draft, that global presence. All you need is the axe to jump, and you've suddenly got 2 cores coming from across the map to find the pickoff.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Zip into mid, GPK, 18 Bloodstone charges now and swinging into the BKB. Get that magic immunity going.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Silver Edge debuff undispellable.
Ah, okay. Undispellable. So that's pretty good against the Spectre then.
Well, that makes more sense. Like, just that item is so costly. Needed some kind of a buff. Now we even have reduced healing and regeneration.
Yeah, because you used to be able to use BKB after getting Silver Edge, then I think they changed it. So you can't do that nonsense anymore. Smoke up from Cyber Legacy. Last hero leading the charge with that pipe. Boots of Travel. Bat Rider, pretty quick on his feet.
It says applies damage on spell immune enemies, does not apply debuff on spell immune enemies.
Gotcha. That's what they changed. Dream. Do they have the lasso here? No. Enchant will slow the Bat Rider down. And that ball in from GPK. Oh, goodness. Look at him go. Last hero. Not going to commit onto the Bat Rider. That Sun Rays healing him up just enough. Palantimos coming in for FNG. There's the Silver Edge hit. Break up the poor little Enchantress. And the 999. Call the police. The crit has arrived.
Wraith King slowly getting out of control. I assume his next item after BKB is going to be either Basher or Assault Curious, so they have some like tower damage.
There's a Spectre out. Farming jungle. Palantimos. Pretty sure they saw the Spectre coming up here, so they are hunting for her. They'll see the dagger trail and realize that Dream has yet gone all the way back into the jungle and now TPing back home. So wave clearing time. Axe doing a good job shoving out bottom lane at the same time as well. It no longer feels like Gambit have full control of this game, even with all the outplays. And I'm just wondering where this game would have gone if Gambit hadn't outplayed around that Roshan bit. How strong would Cyber Legacy be right now? Pikachu, hang on a second, he's being silenced up. No follow through just yet. The blink call from Axe
Needs
not
the BKB.
coming. The blink was on cooldown on Axe, so close. And you're right, that BKB on Ember Spirit expended as he felt something additional was arriving. I just realized I said Kaspersky instead of Kasparov. I'm a moron, by the way. Kaspersky, internet security, playing chess. End me now.
I know what you meant. I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah.
Talking about the chess player. Gary Kaspersky.
It's early. It's early in the morning, guys. I'm so sorry. God damn it. Look, sometimes I wonder how I survive in real life.
Well, this is your prime time. You're not getting out. There is no real life.
True. That is true. We're all stuck inside with our own thoughts. Wraith King, easy tier 2 top for him. BKB very nearly there as Storm Spirit finishes off his. It's BKB time, but it's also Batrider dying time. Last hero maybe a step too far as he gets Blink called up by Melas. And dunked down. Gambit find the snipe. They should be able to transfer this into a tier 2, whether it be bot or mid. Connect in with a Spectre. Push out that bottom wave. They've got to expect the move from Cyber Legacy to be coming, though.
Axe with the pipe and Nether Shawl, 66% magical resisted. Just checking some numbers, you know. Greater Fairy Fire on Wraith King, so that's gonna be some extra damage for him, which he benefits from. And, you know, the extra survivability on top of that, that's gonna be a free tier 2 tower for Gambit on the bottom lane. Spectre's still building that Diffusal Blade. It's a cheap damage, but it's not gonna be that efficient against Wraith King. He is getting closer to level 20, so he's gonna get that no reincarnation mana cost talent.
A tool to teach.
Do you think he definitely will?
On Wraith King?
I guess he didn't go for the first skeleton.
No,
talent.
you must get it once you see that Spectre has a Diffusal Blade.
But that's the thing, if he doesn't see the Spectre Diffusal Blade, would he, with all of these other heroes and you don't expect a Diffusal Blade, would you go for that talent anyway?
Spectre will get Diffusal Blade before he gets to level 20.
Okay.
So he will have time.
Unless she holds all her money and plays the bait game. No, she's already bought a freaking Blade of Alacrity. Never mind Lacoste. I'm overthinking things. Underthinking things. Small brain. Blink Batrider here. The jump increases from Cyber Legacy, but pretty isolated. Last hero is nowhere near his team. It's Palantimos and Pikachu. PP killing off Enchantress. FNG down, the ball lightning in. Trying to focus down the Supernova now as the BKB Storm Spirit is taking down the egg. It is gone. Ogre follows. GPK zips back out. Now with the ink swell, GPK can go back in. Pikachu and Palantimos both being caught with the soul by now, and down goes the Batrider. No blink jump. Gambit still 5 alive. Axe is very low, and Dream might be falling here. The chain stuns into Spectre's death. Pikachu and Palantimos. PP playing very well.
Well, Spectre, if she gets broken, she just straight up dies. Like, she's tanky because of dispersion, not because she has a ton of HP. GPK did a good job just zipping in on Phoenix and solo killing the egg. This game is far from over, Gary.
And Roshan now respawning as well. With Spectre dead for 40 seconds. A pick off on Axe here. If Cyber Legacy realize fast spawn is there, Arcane Rune top, Dire Creep scouting. Gambit knows that Roshan's alive. Arcane Rune for GPK, he's in the vicinity now. Palantimos just going for that tier 2 take. He's cutting wave. Last hero shoved out top lane. Cyber Legacy not scouting out Roche at all. Come on, Ogre. Come on, you big lad. Oh, there it is. You're right. Yeah, Courier in. Roshan's alive, guys. Spectre is up in 5. Axe down for 20, though. Still an opportunity.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not going to take it. Plantimos. Hello. Thanks for the free creep, FNG. Oh, he doesn't want it. It's too speedy. 325 move speed. Whack, whack, whack. One. Did you need to crit on the last hit? 1100
also, they want to
damage.
have Wraith King level 20. Spectre getting closer to Diffuse the Blade. Even though they could not kill Wraith King even a single time in the previous fight. Like, it's pointless to just try to focus him down. You need to kill the rest and then go for Wraith King.
Hunting for Pikachu. A quick slight change there. Blink call not landing. And that Remnant away. Gets the Ember Spirit out. Buys more time for his Radiance to come. As a hit flies across the map from the Storm Spirit and the Phantom's Embrace. Okay. Global abilities chasing Pikachu down. D-Ward denied by FNG, and they've also jumped this Phoenix, committing heavily to kill off Big Num. He has no buyback, so the fight now, 5 versus 4. Storm very low, zips away, expending BKB and looking to reinitiate. Last Hero is the target of choice. This GPK Storm is toying with them at this point. Another Soulblind with a blink call onto 2. Melez, he's in there. Ogre down. The Pikachu Ember Spirit can't really do too much. Remnants forward. Pops his BKB and they chase towards Dream. No, they want FNG. They can't decide on a target. Palantimos does not want to commit for this. And another ball in. GPK with the catch. The blink call is coming. No, it's not. Never mind. Pikachu's out of there. That must have been 50 range away. The Inkswell not quite connecting either, and Palantimos, the mana's gone.
He has no mana.
He has no mana, no ulti, and the dunk finishes him off. A 5-man wipe. That's the Spectre Diffusal Blade you called for. Gets them the biggest kill in the game. Wraith King, his first death. 6-1 and 2, and Gambit not losing a single soul.
Even if he popped the magic wand, it would not matter, and now that's going to be a free Roche for Gambit. Did they use any of the buybacks? They did not. Man, GPK zipping in, zipping out, just causing chaos in the backlines. And Ember Spirit, he was so close to finishing off his Radiance. That would be such a huge item. Like, if you think about the net worth, he has like 5,000 unspent gold. Okay, second relic, it is damage, but it's much different once you hit that Radiance.
It for sure is.
Once again, Aegis on GPK. Ooh. Spectre with the cheese.
That's huge.
Spectre needs to be careful. If she's hit by Silver Edge, heal and regeneration by 50%. So you're just gonna get half of the value from cheese if you're broken.
Something you're gonna be very wary of. That Silver Edge and Spirit Vessel. And Last Hero, 176 on this Batrider. I think both of us thought that this was a really sick Batrider game. That early laning stage, I think it just tilted him, honestly. Like, he's not had much impact.
It's also hard. You're playing against Spectre and Storm, so you're not the one who's getting the first jump. Double damage Wraith King.
Who's he gonna find? Nah, absolutely nobody. Is he waiting for someone to come up to the outpost? Dire Observer Wood still scouting. And what, 3 full heroes showing mid with Spectre showing bottom lane. Palantimos now, he's got to know that no one is coming up here. A long line drawn down south. I'm not sure if that's where they expected Gambit to go and play into. The ability now with both tier 2s gone to pincer movement into the base, shove out mid and bottom wave. And both of them already knocking on the doors of tier 3s.
Excess Vampire has full Aghanims on Grimstroke.
Hell yeah.
So Dark Portrait, you want to use that on either Wraith King, or you want to use that on Ember Spirit, so you get the free Radiance.
Let's see what it does. I mean, Wraith King with the Vampiric Aura is pretty damn good. As they Bloodlust up the Wraith King, come back down to defend their base. Big Num does have
Aura for Excess Vampire.
Aghanim Scepter on the Phoenix now. You've got that save, the additional hits on Supernova. GPK trying to scout out any kind of smoke or entry point here that Cyber Legacy tried to pull. As FNG, has he just force staffed the Ogre down to the low ground? He has. So the Blink Call with the help of GPK dunked the Ogre down, dead for 35. The Horn, a little bit unusual there. Spectre thinking the fight was maybe going to last a little bit longer and go chasing deeper. But that will be Dream now, alone back in his own jungle. And I think Gambit just going to retreat here. No reason to push the issue any further.
It was a very odd hunt. Everyone was backing, and Spectre, I guess, if they wanted to disengage, just use the hunt. And she has the quickening charm, so lowering the cooldown on that ulti, cooldown 104 seconds.
Cool. Last Hero, come on. Let's show us what you're made of. Dream Spectre trying to farm out that top wave. Nobody's here from Gambit, so the Blink Lasso dragged the Spectre into the waiting arms of Palantimos Wraith King. Silver Edge in 3 seconds. Manta Star popped and Dream is out of there. GPK zipping into Big Num. The Phoenix is about to pop. Down goes the Firebird as Dream now focused up. Pops out the cheese though, back up to full HP. And Axe, Melis, very low as Plantimos focuses him down, the Force Staff away. Not enough to buy him safety. GPK, of course, that secondary life still there for a minute 20. They can't, and they don't want to. They want to leave him on low HP, low mana. Ogre's fallen, Spectre now down as the Wraith King's ulti brings him up to the second life. Silver Edge focusing towards FNG. GPK is looking for the kill. The Aegis finally expended and a double for Storm with Pikachu remnanting into the TP. Have they got a stun, a Storm Zip, anything? No. They leave Ember Spirit to TP back home. A decent fight though for Cyber Legacy. That wasn't awful. They waste Aegis and Cheese now from Gambit.
They left Storm Spirit. They did not want to kill him, but Storm Spirit has a lot of mana in the HP region, and he also hits like almost 300 per hit. So he just killed the Ogre there. It's fine, like it's one of those plays. Yeah, we should leave him. He can't do anything without mana and HP, and if he revives at full mana, then you're in real trouble.
And then maybe he could got a few more bonus kills. But it does reset the map here. No Aegis, no Cheese. Lanes, at least top lane, pushed out pretty decently by the Dire. But again, Gambit in this position from the high ground. These two ramps, the staircases to heaven, as they try and reach the Radiant base. GPK, long zip onto the Ogre. Just look at how much damage he does. A Sunray heal, but the Stroke of Fate with GPK's final touch does bring the Ogre down.
GPK did not die a single time. I mean, he died twice, had 2 Aegises, but there's still 0 on the scoreboard.
Pikachu trying to force something around FNG. Another high ground Ob Sword. He's got Force Staff, and he might go for that aggressive Force play. Send Pikachu back down into, you know, a Phantom's Embrace when that's off cooldown again.
GPK just hit level 20. Full Aghanim Scepter on him, so it's going to be much easier for them to initiate.
The call, catching out Ember Spirit, and that is the jump they needed. With the Phantom's Embrace catching out onto 2, but the Supernova brings him in. Nice and warm and cozy inside that egg. Ember Spirit back up full HP. But that is Supernova down and a buyback on Ogre as Gambit shoving the envelope across the desk into the faces of Cyber Legacy.
Only buyback from Ogre. Ogre, man, feels so poor this game. I mean, it doesn't feel poor, it actually is. No defensive item. Like if you compare him to Enchantress, she has full Force Staff, level 18, and 2,000 gold.
21k net worth on Spectre. Pretty much the same on Storm. Excess Vampire loses his Courier, and FNG trying to force away here. A great blink call onto the 2 cores. Storm zipping into the Phoenix in the back, and that's the target they want, but the lasso, Batrider saves the day. Plantimos is about to fall here, but that's his first life only. Gambit, what's your plan? Do you focus the Ember Spirit now with the Vortex? You do. Try and catch him out, and last hero is going to be the second one to fall with a blink call. Melis dunks him into the ground, and Gambit, surely now, I've got this game in the bag. That is beautiful. Ogre's out of there. He needs to escape. They're going to try and give chase. No, they want to go down mid lane. Let's get some barracks, boys. It's structure time.
Ogre, Melis might find him.
No.
Oh, that tree.
Hiding behind the tree. An arcane rune for Storm on top of it all. Is he going to walk back home and then TP out?
Radiant's middle tower.
He's just
Find some vision.
just placed down an observer ward. Why the heck not? Clarity up.
I mean, Storm level 25 always like seems broken to me. The problem is you need to get to level 25. Pops a couple of mangoes, a clarity running. Rating does not have buyback. 44 gold short.
Ember Bat do. Axe and Grimstroke on the Dire team.
Zip.
Storm Spirit? Where the heck are you going? They've almost killed off the Phoenix. What the fuck is happening?
She went from fountain to fountain.
Well, oh my god. Spectre dies in the fountain. I mean, what?
They buffed fountain. Like fountain damage got buffed.
But why are they doing that?
Patch. I don't know. They did not get a single set of Raxes. GPK is like, guys, I'm going in. Roger that.
Roger, roger. Let's go. I mean, he does have Aghanim Scepter. They caught a couple.
Yeah, but what did Spectre go?
I have no idea, man.
I mean, I guess he just wanted to grab a kill or two with Storm Spirit zipping in. The rest of the team that did not need to follow up, they don't have this ability.
Third Roshan, refresher shard in his pockets. Wait, does Roshan have pockets? His prison pocket. That's where he's hiding it. As Palantimos, Pikachu, Big Num all around that pit with bounty runes spawning. Still 5 seconds for Act, 30 for Spectre, and it looks like the Radiant gonna grab themselves up. There's the third Roshan. There, first one of the game, as Storm stole the first away from them. Then Gambit took the second, but not this time around. Pikachu with a refresher shard. Palantimos with cheese. Aegis, of course, also in the hands of the Ember Spirit there.
Phoenix needs a defensive item. Storm Spirit every single time going on him. About to hit level 20. Supernova stun duration. That's a big one. Also holding a cheese for now. I don't think Storm Spirit can... Nah, Storm Spirit can't kill him with just Vortex and Orchid. He should have enough time to survive with the cheese.
This Dark Portrait is pretty damn good as well. It's outputting a lot of damage as Ember Spirit, Aghanim Scepter. So 5 charges up on the Fire Remnant. Very speedy, long range. Initiation and catch now as both teams smoking up. Radiant, of course, don't forget. Aegis, cheese, and refresher shard. Who has the cheese? Phoenix. Oh yeah, try and keep Phoenix alive.
For now.
Try and make sure that Storm... GPK has been so good catching the Phoenix and making sure Supernova is either delayed or stopped or the buyback is forced. So it makes perfect sense to give that to Big Num.
Radiant are scanning.
Some tier 4 items starting to drop. Prince's Knife. For Spectre.
Phoenix with Minotaur Horn. It's another good little pickup for them.
It's such a great value item to keep himself alive.
Yeah.
Once Storm Spirit zips in.
Axe also has one.
Supernova. If you get that off in a team fight, it's 4.25 second duration of stun. Magic Lamp. And Timeless Relic. Yeah, Timeless Relic should be picked up by Ember Spirit. He's holding for a Vambrace at the moment. Wraith King manning up, going for Divine Rapier. True
Hell
Strike.
Yeah. Let's freaking
Does they even
go.
need True Strike? Spectre has Butterfly queued up. Yeah, we don't want True Strike, we only want Divine Rapier damage. Can you lower the cost for us a little bit?
Here comes Palantimos with the Blink Lasso. They're trying to take down Excess Vampire. Supernova well placed. No focus on it either. As they get that Soulbind onto a couple. Ember Spirit and that Batrider trapped and hold together. But Grimstroke's down for 80 seconds with no buyback. And FNG 100 with buyback available. But Meles TPing out. That Minotaur Horn keeping him safe and sound. It looked like there are no chains available. Gambit the ones that get jumped now. And Cyber Legacy proving that they've got a lot of firepower. Last hero still looking for Dream. Horn on cooldown for 70 seconds. Manta. But the Remnant long range. Pikachu's in here from across the map, chasing Spectre. And I don't think she can escape from this, Lacoste. She is stuck here in between 5 heroes. She's super dead.
Imagine losing a game where your Storm Spirit has 9-0-15. It's still a pain in the ass for Cyber Legacy to push the high ground if GPK is alive. Level 25 talent. It's just too much spam. Batrider chasing. You talked about Batrider not having a game. He's been silent, but in the last couple of fights, he got some nice initiations.
He absolutely did. He's been a difference maker here. I am just thinking back. I'm going to watch it now. It's coming up with a 5-minute delay on the on the stream. The Storm zip into Fountain, because I'm just wondering, like, was that the turning point? Was that where Gambit, like, they could have had a lane of barracks, right?
They could have had the lane, but they could not have the game, that's for sure.
Sure. But it definitely gave another chance to Cyber Legacy here as they are coming up the ramp. Bloodlusted Wraith King. What's the Ogre talent? 60 Bloodlust attack speed. He's still 4 levels away from it, sadly, though. There's a ball lightning. AoE Vortex. Soulbind there onto the Ember Wraith King, but the turnaround from Cyber Legacy. Shredding through Vampire. Dead again for a minute and a half with no buyback. And Meles has to bail back towards his fountain.
Raid King, he's about to hit level 25. Has enough money to buy Divine Rapiers, Storm Zip.
He does get a good catch, plops his Bloodstone, but he is
That's
shredded. That's his first death of the game.
That's the second 3-2 so far.
What is happening? And now Wraith King with Rapier. Cyber Legacy want to end this one. 45 minutes in, 20-30. The net worth lead for the past 30 minutes, like since minute 18 it looks like, has been in the favor of Gambit, but that is swinging very quickly out of control back into the hands of Cyber Legacy. As they are now, see, this is where Gambit was playing, on this high ground, pushing out 2 lanes, and now it's Cyber Legacy able to swing the game, play off these 2 ramps a little bit, get in towards that dire base.
At one point, you're gonna have to fight. Like, you can't just dodge them forever. This Raid King is the ultimate raid boss. Level 25, Divine Rapier with the Bloodlust.
How do they plan on breaking the high ground, though? It looks like Storm's buyback should be forced here, but Cyber Legacy not committing for it. Octarine Core up on the Ember, Aegis gone. Still holding Refresher Shard. And Bignum, yep, Cheese. Still. Mantle of Intelligence, Lacoste.
Wait, who has it?
No, you just asked for item recommendations, and I'm saying you get a Mantle of Intelligence.
No, I was
You dumbass.
I didn't see because I was looking through the tier 4 items. I'm wondering why Ember Spirit's still holding on to that Vambrace.
Oh yeah. I mean, what's he got to swap out for?
Yeah, suggestions for Lacoste are now closed. I should have bought a BKB.
Oh my god. Oh, that's good shit. Smoke up from Gambit. What's the vision like, actually? Gambit don't see it. Oh, they see the Wraith King now. Hi, Wraith King. That's the only hero they see. Everyone else is much further back. And Batrider, last hero, yeah. Donkey's years away, miles away. Jump in from Meles. They try and catch out Pikachu, but they've destroyed Vampire. As Wraith King and Ember Spirit, they don't care if they're soulbound together. They're just going to whack away at their opponent. Centaur from the jungle. The neutral camps are fighting back against the Ogre. And a lasso catching Spectre. Dream in all sorts of trouble. Oh, dearie me. Storm back in to kill off the Ogre now. Plantimos, though, stands his ground. Whacks away at Axe. And that's it. Gambit, what chance do you have now? Palantimos is indestructible. He is annihilating you. FNG inside the fire and the flames burnt to a crisp. And once more, the buybacks flow through from both sides. Bignum, happy, as well as Dream and Meles all buying back. As it's high ground push time, Palantimos with the Rapier onto the tier 3, force the Glyph. And Chantress can come back into the battlefield. And Vampire also expending buyback as the long zip. There's the BKB from Storm, the Glimmer Cape, but the call from Axe. Can they finish him off? They don't get the dunk. Oh, there's no Supernova. He's got the cheese. He's still got Supernova. He does get it off. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yes, the Phoenix. It's done. Gambit have got no chance now. Cyber Legacy striking back. FNG getting dived onto tier 4s. Spectre can't come back in. Storm can, but I just don't know if you really want to.
Yeah,
all
you're
going to do is like reduce your stats even more. 11, 2, and 15 Storm, the AoE Vortex. Okay, you take down last hero, and Pikachu might have gone a bridge too far. Dunked into the ground as the mid lane, the barracks is still standing. Lacoste, Palantimos is finally taking objectives.
Let's see if GPK can hold this one.
Tier 4 time. No buybacks on any hero. They're all on cooldown. Every single hero has bought back or died back. Long remnant forward across the map now, but the silence is with the Inkswell. Jump in from Meles. Ember Spirit's in trouble. The Sun Ray with the Supernova, and it is game over. Cyber Legacy, 49 minutes in. The swings, the comebacks, the roundabouts, the tables turn.
Palantimos, MVP of this game, no doubt about it. Like, GPK had an amazing game, but his build on Raid King, getting that Silver Edge to break all these heroes, getting a bastard, like not going for Radiant, so he comes online faster. Armlet, man, he was manning up, buying Divine Rapier, and he was hunting them. He was literally in their jungle all the time, just getting the kills.
The way you said hunting there sounded a bit rude. Sounded like you had a C at the start of that, and not an H. Anyway, 12-2 and 16 Storm, not enough to stand up to Cyber Legacy. I mean, that haunt into Fountain is going to be questions asked, and I think FNG is going to have a few stern words for his core players after this game one. But we'll jump ourselves into lobby, guys. It's a best of 3, so the action continues. Cyber Legacy taking on Gambit here in the ESL 1 LA 2020 online group stage for Europe, and CIS continues after this break.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
In Dota 2, spells can be broken down into 2 parts, the cast point and the cast backswing. At the end of the cast point, the spell is cast. Then the spell backswing animation plays. Both cast points and backswings can be cancelled using the cancel current action key, which is bound to S by default. Cancelling the cast point will make your hero do the portion of the animation up until the point that you press the cancel button, with, of course, no mana cost and keeping the spell off cooldown. This can be particularly useful on a hero like Kunkka, where you can cancel the torrent cast point and make it look like you actually casted the spell. Cancelling the spell backswing is universally useful, because these backswings have no effect other than making your hero stand in place doing nothing for a couple of seconds. Certain heroes are borderline unplayable without backswing cancelling. Check out this example of Lina doing her combo with cancelling backswings by spamming the next spell versus not cancelling backswings. You get significantly more damage from Lina's combo if you cancel backswings. Regular right clicks are similar to spells. They can be broken down into 2 parts, an attack point and of course a backswing with similar rules. Both can be cancelled, but the latter is also useless. This is why pro players will rarely stand in one place while attacking anything. It's just a waste of time that could be spent moving, casting spells, or doing any other action other than auto-attacking. Similarly, certain heroes are borderline unplayable without attack backswing cancelling. Take a look at how Pudge looks trying to slow somebody down with Rot without canceling backswings. It's pretty bad, but with backswing canceling, they have almost no chance of getting out of the Rot.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know. Walk on up with a drink in hand, sipping mixes cause you can. And all the lights begin to switch off. You're chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the chasing the night, holding on for holding on for life, feet in the high, chasing the night, chasing the night. Hotel rooms and city squares, champagne bottles, drum and snare. The sights and cities seem to fall away when you stay. Locked in love for a night or two, losing sleep just to get a few. Day to day you wanna stay out, you're chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night, holding on for chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night. I just wanna feel alive in the starlight. I see in your eyes. I just wanna feel.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Dota's the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running in for GG.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
ESL 1 Los Angeles is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GG.bet.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Game 2 here in this best of 3 as Gambit taking on Cyber Legacy. It's the ESL 1 Los Angeles 2020 Online Europe and CIS group stage as the best of 3 continues on. I'm Gareth, joined by Lacoste, and we are speeding through this draft.
Yes, we are. Keeper of the Light. I'm gonna say stolen by Cyber Legacy. This lane, I've been talking about it quite a lot. I mean, during China times, and Europe seems to be very fond of it. Keeper of the Light, Ember, they're paired up together. You don't even get points in the shield. Chakra Magic to lower the cooldown on those abilities. Dragon Knight, while Timbersaw still in the pool. These 3 heroes from Cyber Legacy don't deal well with the Timbersaw.
They certainly do not. Like, yes, you'll have Mana Break on Weaver. You'll be able to burn him down with a talent. But Weaver very squishy against all that magic damage output. And the control you get from Grimstroke and Ember Spirit. Gambit with a pretty strong opening trio so far. And yeah, picking DK in that spot there when Timber's in the pool is always a risky matter. We saw Chicken Fighters do it yesterday, right? Where they had Dragon Knight and they had to switch him from lane to lane, position to position. But they did end up winning it with some real swift, nice moves. And they had a Weaver alongside him as well. So, you know, Cyber Legacy definitely have a lot of tower damage lined up for themselves here in Game 2.
Now, this Weaver could be shifted towards position 4 if needed. If it's such a bad Weaver game right now, it is. Against Ember Spirit, against Grimstroke, everything's still open up.
Well, the answer to Timbersaw, Batrider. He definitely struggles with that turn rate from Sticky Napalm. He wants to be able to swing around, get those Timber Chains out. So likely going to be a Yule Scepter game here for the Timbersaw. Or maybe a Lotus Orb if he wants to go
10 seconds.
that direction.
They need a
as
good
well.
hero against Batrider. Phantom Lancer is still in the pool. Either Phantom Lancer or they get a Jug. Jug is great at killing Keeper of the Light's Will-O-Wisp.
Life
a lot of
maybe?
sustain. I'm leaning towards either Jug or Phantom Lancer. They have nothing against PL. Dragon Knight has a cleave damage once he hits level 12. But other than that, they have nothing.
Oh, Gambit, 4th pick. Timbersaw likely in the hands of Melis, I'd believe. Ember Spirit for GPK or Dream. They're still looking for that FNG hero, again, leaving it until the latter stages of their draft. What was banned out? Pangolier, Chen, Void Spirit, Phoenix, Void, Centaur, Mars, Axe, DP, and Medusa. All being removed from the pool. So they do still have the Enchantress available to them if they want to go that direction again. It does give them a nice bit of tower push from their support position, which so far, Timbersaw really their only consistent way of dealing with objectives early on. Tanking up under the towers, letting the creep waves and the catapult waves, of course, deal with doing the damage.
Gambit really thinking about this pick? I definitely think it's going to be BL. Yeah, there it is.
There is that Phantom Lancer. So final bans, just get rid of Enchantress, honestly. Cyber Legacy, take out an FNG hero. Unless you think it's going to be like an Oracle or Something along those lines, another way of dispelling off Napalm. Tuskban. Okay.
So they think Grimstroke is 5, which I also think it is. Ember Spirit could be shifted towards position 4 if they want to have something better for the mid lane. But they don't have the last pick, so they can pick a hero that can be played at like position 4 and mid, and then swap things around. That Prophet, okay, she's banned out.
Invoker. And what about Cyber Legacy? That Weaver still could be 4 like you were mentioning, but it looks like the DK 1 or 2, while Batrider probably in the hands of last hero. Going to be likely the 3, but still very versatile, able to flex their heroes across multiple lanes and roles. Both sides very open. It's such a difficult last ban. Like, what the hell do you get rid of here?
Problem is, these heroes can be played at every single role. Do
you just
Keeper
ban,
of the
like,
Light definitely position 5, and that's all they know.
That's all they know. I mean, Wraith King against PL is kind of back and forth matchup, right? Like, you have ways of dealing with Wraith King with Diffusal Blade, but he's also got talent, and Radiance Mjolnir can deal with illusions. It's a Storm ban, though. And Gambit, have you decided what you are picking? No more heroes to dive into Fountain, please.
They could get something like Disruptor. Then hang Disruptor. Okay, Disruptor Grimstroke is not that bad. You have Timbersaw in front lines, providing you with the vision so you can glimpse people back. I'm just looking through the heroes.
Oh. Nyx Assassin. So a decent way of dealing with the Batrider, good way of catching Weaver with that Carapace into the Shikuchi. Gives you the scouting capabilities for Ember Spirit to potentially jump targets. Cyber Legacy with the last pick, though. Rounding out their draft with a Necrophos. That's an interesting one. Laning up against the GPK Ember Spirit mid. And picking Necro into Nyx. And Timbersaw.
I don't mind Necro against Timbersaw. He usually is on low HP. But it's such a good Nyx Assassin game to start with. Against Batrider. One of the reasons why they shifted Bat to position 4. Also great against Weaver.
So mid Ember, pos 5 Grimstroke, offlane Timber, your position 1 PL, and then the pos 4 Excess Vampire, Nyx Assassin.
I want to see Spirit Vessel on Ember Spirit this game. Ember Spirit Vessel.
Oh, it just rolls off the tongue.
Great against Necrophos, great against Dragonite. And you build it so fast.
Get it very quickly, like 10 minutes in. Pikachu probably going to be the mid-Necro here. Last hero, the pos 3 DK Plantimos, that carry Weaver. Like you say, the Batrider switched over to the 4 and happy playing that 5 Cottle. Which way are you leaning here for game 2? If we ignore game 1 and the shenanigans that happened there were outplays all through the game. If you didn't catch it live, definitely go back and watch the replay, because my goodness, game 1 of this series was nuts. But game 2, you know, reset Lacoste, Cyber Legacy, or Gambit?
I'm leaning towards Gambit. Phantom Lancer, Ember, Timbersaw. They don't have the real answer for Timber, and he's going to create a lot of chaos for this Dragonite. Also, I'm not a big fan of Batrider, Keeper of the Light, position 4s and 5s. But what I like is that they have Necro. He's okay counter to Timbersaw, depending how low he's going to be. But you still have this ultimate carry in the game that is called Phantom Lancer.
You sure do. We'll find out how they fare. And of course, Lacoste there, the caster's curse, potentially there. He says Gambit, so it might just swing the other way. And ESL 1 LA brought to you by Mercedes in part. So of course we've got the MVP. Get your votes in on Twitter, guys, for your European and CIS contender. And away we go. Game 2 here in this best of 3. They already tipped people up, didn't they? We missed that on stream, but FNG got tipped a bunch again. Poor little Grimstone.
Not sure why. Like,
well,
what is the reason?
Well,
is it love? Is it hate?
I feel like it's hate, because in the lobby, FNG... So the admin, you know, asked first pick or side. Cyber Legacy, you know, they make their choice. They take second pick. And FNG asked, which side did they choose? What did they choose? And the admin had to tell him he has them all muted, Lacoste. So I feel like there's a bit of bad blood or something. Or he's just a bit, you know, triggered by all the tips. He has muted them all.
What did you learn?
Fancy Runes. Contest top from Cyber Legacy. The bot lane looks a bit spicy as well. Illuminate. As the Inkswell from FNG will be able to secure up at least one of them. Meles and XS Vampire pairing up pretty decently, but 2 for 2.
You know what would my dream lineup look like?
What, players?
No, hero-wise.
Is it all
like
green?
Winter Wyvern, Weaver, Viper, anything else that I pronounced weirdly? I don't know.
Oh, dear
Anything
me.
with W, pretty much.
Anything with W. Look at this little pull from GPK, by the way. He's dragged the creep wave all the way back between his tier 1, tier 2, so he'll be able to safely farm without taking all that right-click harass damage out from the Necro. But look at Happy, equally, also in a very good spot to keep right-clicking GPK, so it's not as easy as maybe he would have liked.
You have been denied.
Bottom lane, last hero nearly died. Holy shit.
I've seen this lane a couple of times. You have Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin just missed. He wanted to pull the and Bignum tips him. He missed. Wanted to drag the creep wave behind the tier 1 and tier 2 tower, and he was late by like 7 seconds. It's tip 40. You missed the first blight, didn't you?
Yeah. I really didn't expect a level 1 Kotl and a level 1 Ember Spirit to kill each other. And GPK getting first blood there. Yeah, I was looking up top at what you were talking about with the Nyx Assassin. I'm gonna blame you actually for that one. It's definitely your fault.
Yeah, this lane really not a killer lane. You can put some pressure. Timbersaw is self-sustainable offlaner. A bit harder when he's laning against the bat, so Nyx Assassin can make a rotation, but where do you rotate? That's my question. Like, you can't just come on a mid lane, try to land a stun. It's one of the worst spells to cast. It always feels like it's shorter than you think. And it's a Necrophos, so he can't set things up for you.
A lot of pressure onto last hero bottom as well. Inkswell just being spammed out. Dream giving chase, but Dragon Blood level 1 sustaining him up pretty nicely. Ember 7-3, 9-3 on Pikachu's Necro. This is the trouble with this lane, right? Necro just right-click, 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 right-click. It is incessant.
Yes, this matchup was a disaster for Ember Spirit. I've seen Ember Spirits like level 3 being forced to go jungle when Heartstopper Aura was pure damage. But it's still a Necro favorite matchup, even though GPK got a free first blood, so he already has a bottle, which is gonna make his lane much easier.
Vampire looking to pull across again up top. The troll gets the hit in. Nice little play. As Timbersaw contesting Bignum's Bat Rider pull. Not getting the CS he wanted though. Weaver a little bit behind on last hits compared to the other team. We'll be able to come in and deal with this large camp. There's Vampire and Meles. I'm a little scared of that Bat Rider now, level 2.
Gambit doesn't I mean, we're in here for a treat. Gambit actually has heroes that can dive Fountain 30 minutes in. Once again, Timbersaw, Phantom Lancer, Ember Spirit, they can just zoom in.
Yeah, and win the game by diving Fountain. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That didn't.
No, that didn't happen.
Chains at the tower, but GPK really struggling now in this lane. In Flame Guard level 2, Magic Absorb 220. And then we've got 80 damage out of the Death Pulse. Does Heartstopper tick down the Flame Guard
Radiant's middle tower is under
like little by little?
That's a good question.
I feel like it
It
does.
should, since it's magical damage.
Yeah. Good slight chains secures him up the arcane rune. Might have to pop his stick here though. Taking a chunking from Pikachu. Heartstopper still ticking him down. He'll hold on to it. But it's not great for GPK now. Difficult to return to lane. Palantimos catching up, leapfrogging up to the top 3 of the CS now.
Well, now I know why his name is GPK after that last throw they did in the previous game. GPK stands for Gambit playing Keck W. That's what it stands for.
Yeah, I'm just doing my impression of the Keck W guy. Well, that laughter, whenever I watch that video, if you've not seen it, guys, honestly, go do it. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a South American TV show or something, right? And the guy just absolutely cracks me up. He just has one of those wholesome, genuine laughs, you know? It's a laughter from the heart. You can barely breathe. Timbersaw really just sticking in this lane, and you were saying Nyx Assassin can kind of roam around, look for other options. He might just come and grab this outpost. He's warded up, swinging in towards mid. Maybe, you know, Pikachu's here, 3-1 charges Fairy Fire, has hit level 6 though. GPK with 3 points in Flame Guard might be thinking about a move onto Pikachu. It does also open up top lane. Timbersaw now left alone, but he's got Salve, 14 wand, nothing really bothering him.
Now DK's playing a carry, like a mid from the off lane, while Necro is the offlaner who's gonna build the auras. 3-man rotation on the mid lane. If Nyx gets a stun, it should be a kill.
It looks like it will be, and there it is. Vampire making that rotation in, and FNG getting the job done. Pikachu completely caught with his pants down. 2-0 going to Gambit.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And GPK also snipes out a courier. Happy getting the tips. Stun up top. Carapace into Impale. Fat Rider. No HP regen here for him. Palantimos is going to come in with a swarm and a few punches. That Timbersaw is pretty unstoppable in that top lane for now. He might even just force Cyber Legacy to fully retreat away.
I was always wondering why Weaver has such a high base damage for a range hero. I was laning the other day against Weaver and 70 damage, like what?
Well, the attack animation is pretty hard, right?
It is.
For CS-wise, anyway. Last hero, very tanky. No real kill threat on him anymore. So Dream's going to chase down Happy, force the blinding light. But the focus is now coming pretty heavily into mid. Excess Vampire just sticking around nearby this Necro, who does have a high ground ward on his side of the river. Doesn't spot out the Nyx just yet. And GPK, I thought this lane was much worse for the Ember Spirit. He's not died. He's got that, you know, he got that first blood for sure.
He got the kill, actually 2 kills. One of them was first blood. If he didn't get that, it would be such a hard lane for him. One of the reasons why they lane Necro against him. So far, Melis doing a good job not being contested. You can't really kill him with Weaver and Batrider. Weaver is level 6. They need to focus down Nyx Assassin. Problem is both of them have 20 stick charges.
Yeah. 8 stacks of Napalm though, 9. The damage is good from Big Num and Palantimos. Melis unable to get out of there. I wonder if he just started chaining away earlier on.
If he used the chain, there's no flame break to stop it. He could have just ran away. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gary.
I think you're right. That's what I was wondering too. If he just committed to the escape, he could have gone, but he wanted to get a bit more damage and trade a little bit. And he got all caught up as bottom lane. Last hero stunned up with the Inkswell, but again, it's a Dragon Knight. He's got level 3 Breathe Fire. 2 points in Dragon Blood. He stops all your damage.
Was that spell called Breath of Fire before?
Before? I don't think
yeah.
I think it's always been Breathe Fire. I used to get it confused with Dual Breath from Jakiro a lot. I don't know. You might be right, but I don't think so. Go look it up. Go look at the patch logs. 6.32b. Change Dragon Knight's Breath of Fire to Breathe Fire.
Well, you looked it up. I don't have to now.
Bollocks, did I?
I know you did not.
Oh, Kotl's got some big stacks here. Not sure who's exactly going to be taking them, though. Ancient's not easily cleared by the Dire side. As GPK Inkswell onto the DK. Last hero going to get found out by the Ember Spirit. Another Remnant, the Flame Guard going. Has he got another Chains? 2 seconds time. That Breathe Fire is doing so much work, but the magic damage will be enough to gather themselves that kill at long last. And PL kind of relegated himself to the jungle now. Almost 10 minutes in, net worth-wise, looking pretty even. Necro
yeah, when you
is
find
out in the front.
Iron Talon, you want a jungle. You wanna also kill the ancient stacks.
Ember Spirit. Should be a kill on the Kotl here, but the Invis rune, Pikachu, unable to stop GPK from just diving around near these ancients. So he scouts out the stacks, gets the kill on Kotl. Pikachu did shovel up an extra bounty rune in there, which is always nice. Taking some bonus gold from those PL illusions too. But a completely different game. Like, it's so slow compared to game 1. Everyone is very focused on farming.
Wait for it, man. The game was also not fast. The previous one, we had Spectre, but then suddenly, boom, GPK strikes and the rest of the team into the fountain.
I mean, you're saying wait for it, and then a pause comes. Now we have to. Now we have to wait for it, Lacoste. God damn. So Necro Greaves, pretty standard, going into the auras you were mentioning. Tranquil's Windlace for the Bat Rider. We'll see if he decides to slot in a Drums, or if he goes for a Blink or a Force Staff or something on the support Bat. 2k net worth. Pretty good for Big Nump. What's the Weaver build this game? Is it Diffusal?
You're playing against PL, so you want to have some wave clear as well. Deal with the illusions. I'm not sure how greedy it is to get like Diffusal and Maelstrom. You might get Diffusal BKB so that you can fight and then build a Maelstrom, but it might be too slow. So he needs to decide whether he wants to burn the mana on Ember and, most importantly, Timber Saw, or he wants to... What's happening?
What if we go back in time and we buy Hood Radiance? We get Hood Radiance. Time lapse and get Hood Radiance on Weaver. I kind of miss those days. Hood Radiance Weaver was one of my favorite builds. No boots, no Wraithband, no nothing. Hood Radiance. Literally, that's it. And Raddy's pretty good against PL. I'm just throwing it out there, but I guess Necro is, or DK, much better carriers of the Raddy if you want to go that direction. So it's probably Maelstrom. I think you might be right, you know?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Maelstrom. It increases your farming capabilities, and you can upgrade that to the Mjolnir after.
Very true.
Necro just got the point in Ghost Shroud. Like, he does not want to... I guess he did not want to get that earlier against the Ember Spirit. Triple Remnant, bottom lane, Dragonite.
7-1 charges. Oh, I've still got 500 HP. Come on, keep chasing me, keep chasing me. The Blinding Light. Oh, hello, GPK. Dodged it with a Sleight of Fist. Finally slays the Dragon Knight. Mid lane going fine. Top lane not so hot though. Oh, it's far too hot. As the Timbersaw burnt alive inside his suit of armor. And Dream's getting hunted by Palantimos. Doppelganger now back up. Weaver not opting for the dive. And mid lane tier 1 shoved by Pikachu with the catapult. He can keep this alive. He's got mech, salve, plenty of sustain. Next assassin unable to
Healing
stop it.
salve, Royal Jelly, one of the better ones you can get on Necro. Increases regeneration, one more hit will secure the tower. Also, Veer got the second point in Royal Jelly. She also relies on having any kind of mana HP regen in the laning stage.
PL playing in that more difficult lane up top. Able to get away from danger if the rotations do come. And it looks like Cyber Legacy considering this Elder Dragon form to try and take this bottom tower now. Pikachu
Now he's saving it for game 3. We did not see a single Elder Dragon form.
We'll see one in a second, surely. They're bringing numbers down here. Happy is so close to level 6. He'll blindly light them back. Meles. That chain forward. Another Remnant looking for last hero, but the Batrider arriving. 20 seconds until that lasso's off cooldown. And Necro giving chase to FNG. Well, have we got Reaper's Scythe here? Yeah, throw it in onto the Grimstroke. Slay him. 6 feet under FNG now, and they do force the other two cores away from the tier 1. The objective should be claimed by Cyber Legacy as Phantom
Level
Lancer stays
6
up
hero.
top.
Dead for 40 seconds. Thank you, Ice Frog.
Reaper's Scythe, what an ability.
Remember when you could not buy back?
Oh, I remember.
Buyback with Aghanim Scepter.
I remember
Man, that was the most broken thing in Dota. I'm not even kidding.
Dead for 2 minutes. Great. So dumb.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Illusion Rune for GPK. He is going for that Spirit Vessel that you called for. And already done.
It's not going to be that efficient. Pikachu already has full Guardian Greaves on Necro. So he can dispel it. I want to see one extra item to dispel. He can also build a Radiance. He can transition into a core.
Stunning up the Necro. Stroke of Fate there, but Excess Vampire all on his lonesome while the Weaver chasing FNG. The two supports about to get picked off. We do have a Stroke of Fate and nice light chains from GPK keeping FNG alive for now. And they're not diving. I thought they'd really go for that one. You kill off FNG, you know, you chop off the head of the beast. Still sticking around in that Radiant jungle, but they've left this Phantom Lancer completely alone for the past couple of minutes. Good Chakram to scout out any TPs, any reaction. Not coming from that direction. Oh, Courier. Miss on the Geminate attack. Sad times. We'll be able to get a double damage rune, though. Happy times. Dire Observer Ward scouting FNG. Gonna get dewarded immediately, and Palantimos, yet again, just holding back. Very patient.
He is going for that Maelstrom to deal with PL and the illusions. It's also a lot of extra damage.
Nice Will-O-Wisp.
Geminate.
Happy saving the life of Pikachu, and now they turn. Inkswell's down, FNG focused with that double damage rune still going. Palantimos wants the kill, and he'll snipe out FNG's Grimstroke. He's gone. Can they chase for additional targets here? GPK's Flame Guard is about to end. Excess Vampire with a 2-man stun. Still with 21 charges here, Pikachu, and a salve. We'll be able to bail away. Slight chains, hold him in place for a second longer. Ghost Shroud into Greaves in 5. And you've got to be careful, Radiant side. Don't want to commit up onto this high ground, surely. This is too dangerous for you. Slight with the chains, Weaver Necro caught. Good 2-man stun, but in comes the lasso. And you're going to lose your Nyx Assassin here for free. Reaper's Scythe secures the kill. As GPK, Remnants in with the Inkswell, catching 2. Cottle falls. Pikachu running out of sustain, but another Death Pulse will keep him happily alive in this fight. And once more, they force back Gambit. A 1-for-1 exchange.
Meanwhile, on the top lane, Dragonite was just farming. He's still deciding which item he's going to go for and can play with the team. I want to see someone building Radiance this game. It's not going to be Weaver, definitely, but Dragonite could build one. Not necessarily now. You can get like Blink Dagger into BKB, then switch to Radiance. That's why I was wondering if he wants to gamble a little bit and go straight for Radiance without picking up a Blink Dagger, if he thinks that this game is going to be slow.
Oh, Nether Shawl Timber. Loves it.
Good luck.
Yeah, try killing him now. Grovebow Necro. Also pretty good. He sends it back. Is he going to give that to the Weaver? Yeah, Maelstrom Grovebow. That's a real nifty combo. DK blinking across to clear out top wave. Gambit all gathering up here, though. Very aggressive shift into the Dire jungle. Deep ward scouting out for last hero and anyone else nearby. Weaver not able to come to this fight straight off. Does have a TP to land on the outpost.
A tool to teach.
Ring of Aquila picked up. Some nice tier 2 items for Cyber Legacy. Imp Dragonite, cheap damage. And as you mentioned, Drobo. Extra attack range on Weaver, also going for what's it called, Dragonlance. He might switch to BKB if needed, so buying Golgarax is always fine. Smoke. I want to see Dragon Knight using his ulti.
Hell yeah. That's what we've been waiting for. It looks like Gambit are retreating, though. They feel something's changed. Cyber Legacy immediately thinking about going down to the bottom outpost. They want the Timbersaw mid. They've got a couple of stuns here. Lasso after Dragon Tail, perfectly timed, and Meles.
Another Dragon Tail stun.
Oh,
Lower
yeah.
the cooldown with Chakra.
Very nicely done. I thought that chain would get him away just fine, but you're right, that call. They do get that Chakra Magic double Dragon Tail. Dream just trying to doppelganger away. Next Assassin trying to build into Yule Scepter. Farming alone down bottom.
I was talking about the Radiance. That it's always a double-edged sword when you're playing against Nyx Assassin. Easy to pull Carapace off. Spirit Vessel completed on GPK. Necro has one way to dispel it. Guardian Greaves. I also want to see something else, like a Lotus Orb on him.
Gambit feel a little bit lost. Oh, Blink Bat. Massive initiation available now for Cyber Legacy. Once that lasso's off cooldown in 30 seconds. And the way to find yourself in Dota 2 games, if you're feeling a little behind, is smoke up, shift that momentum with a pick off.
It sounds easy, sometimes it's not that easy to execute. It's easy for us, you know. We see the full map, who's going everywhere, why didn't he do that? You don't see him, that's the problem.
Where did they go? What's the vision like from Gambit? It's pretty decent on the north side of the map. And a couple of heroes showing on lanes. Now is it smoke time for the Dire team? Two being held by the Keeper of the Light, looking to de-ward this triangle area. And they've got double blinks ready to go. Necro's showing on mid. Smoking behind him. Leaving the Kobold there as he doesn't want to pop out of smoke. Happy's like, oh, my shovel a bit wasted, but whatever. We'll come back and deal with that little bastard later on. We'll jump the Timbersaw for now. Here we go with the lasso. Last hero, Dragon Tail 1. The Chakra Magic not coming just yet, and they don't need it. With that Reaper Scythe, they secure the kill. The Blinding Light pushes Excess Vampire back, and GPK struggling to stick on any targets. He's just gonna run. He's just gonna run up the ramp, get out the stairs, and then jump in again. Last hero, Blink Stun catching FNG. He'll Inkswell all he wants, but he will fall, and a double kill for your Dragon Knight now with that Elder Dragon form going. Lacoste level 2 now, and a tier 2 to boot.
Keeper of the Light, this is where his strength comes from. Lowering the cooldown on any abilities of your allies. We've seen how strong it is, Keeper of the Light and Terrorblade, since you can't use Chakra to lower the cooldown of the ulti, but TB's meta, that's actually his ulti, so you can keep spamming on him to lower the cooldown. How many bounties? Is that 1, 2... Yeah, I don't know, I see it like 7, 8 bounties. I don't know who picked up which one. Some of them were
GPK
bottled.
GPK got 2, Excess Vampire got 1, and Big Num got... I mean, wait, hang on a second. No, that can't be right. I don't know, I give up. My eyes are hurting looking at all the bottle, pickup, bounty rune... Blah, blah, blah. Chat will know. They'll read it and absolutely 100% know. Into the Roshan pit we go. Meles trying to tank it up for the Phantom Lancer. All those illusions doing a good job though.
You can see Cyber Legacy just falling back a little bit. Look at them holding the high ground. They know they have no Will-O-Wisp, no Reaper Sight. Dire using a scan. This is a slow Roche. They can get there in time.
It is, and there's the Blink Lasso. GPK getting caught out. Good Carapace. Where's the chain stun? Not coming. They blow up Big Gnome. Roshan still at 1300 HP. The buyback from the bat is last hero. Jumping into battle. The focus on the Cottle. Meles, Timbersaw chaining away now. Back to safety. As both teams looking to try and reset on this high ground. Gambit on the run though. The aggression not going their way as they finished off Roshan, losing GPK. But Aegis in the hands of the Phantom Lancer and the buyback from Big Num. Dieback from Big Num, but the Will-O-Wisp down. Beautifully placed. There's no way to focus it, but Melas and Dream, they do escape off to their tower behind the objective and hide away. Grimstroke from the tree line. Spamming out that stroke of fate. The Dragon Knight takes the Aegis and a 2-man stun. But the sustain from Pikachu, he's full HP. Dream, he's going to deal with this Ghost Shroud. The Phantom's Embrace comes out after the Ghost Shroud from the Necro. Happy down. Palantimos stunned up the Shikuchi into Carapace. He's got a wand, but he can't time-lapse. Gambit take down 4 heroes. Yes, the Aegis is expended. But Gambit looking very good as they retreat back to their tier 1, hide in the tree line, and really using the terrain to their advantage.
Problem is, these mana burns are starting to kick in. 2 points from Excess Vampire, Diffusal Blade on PL, who already has a Manta style. They got the Aegis, they used it correctly. Those BKBs will be crucial on Cyber Legacy. Weaver with a very greedy build. Dragonlance and full Mjolnir, so she's not gonna have a BKB for another like 6-7 minutes.
Yeah, a long time. Necro is going into that Radiance, saving up a lot of money. And you've been talking about that kind of, you know, wasted net worth, right? Necro at 12.8k, but 3,500 of that is stored up in offshore stocks on those Cayman Island bank accounts.
What did you learn?
And what did you learn?
If you had a lot of money, would you put it on Cayman Island bank account? No.
I believe in paying my taxes.
Now I'm getting a call. Hello, this is IRS. Is Dominic at home? Who is this?
Well, what would your fake name be? Hi, I'm Bob.
Yeah, you got the wrong number. Like, this is Vandalay Industries. I don't know who Dominic is.
Pikachu. Changed up, immediately Greaves and Pipe. Get up onto the high ground and hold the triangle. Happy. Will-O-Wisp in 4 seconds, and the sustain here with the Soulbind forward. They're trying to turn around. Down goes Vampire, but Cottle follows through. No Will-O-Wisp dropped, and the Necro needs to back away with Big Num. They were chained up for a little while, but there's Timbersaw shredding through Pikachu. Finally chains onto Palantimos. Weaver still with no BKB like you were mentioning, and it's just going to get hounded by Gambit. Another massive team fight for the Radiant side, and they might even go for more. Oh, GPK didn't get the slight chains. He just got the chains on the ground.
All right, now, Phantom Lancer is staying one step of Weaver. She does not have a BKB, can't deal with mana burn, and has a Basher. Even if you get a BKB, you're still in trouble. But Cyber Legacy did a good job going for the perfect target there. Nyx Assassin, he needs to die so that he doesn't get the Carapace off. All these heroes have a lot of uncontrollable damage. Firefly, Swarm, then you have Necro using his heal, splash damage from Dragon Knight. They definitely need BKB to fight. And Gambit knows that, so they're gonna keep fighting.
There's no way to deal with this PL now, it feels like. Basher up, solo killing Big Num at that bounty rune spawn up at top. Phantom rush into Bash. An Orb of Destruction for your Weaver, pretty good. It's nearly Abyssal Blade for Dream at this point. Timbersaw's tanky enough to go in front line. Ember Spirit has that nice in and out play style. Trying to bait with an illusion up front. I don't believe Cyber Legacy will fall for it. Cottle with Necro just up on their tier 3 high ground. They don't want to go force a fight. DK's closing in on BKB. Weaver does finish off the Mjolnir. Still a pretty distant journey towards Magic Community for him. And tier 3 for Gambit. I just honestly don't see a great way for Cyber Legacy to stop this. Firefly there from Big Num. Flame Break to try and clear illusions and the creeps, but a new wave with Catapult arrives. The siege engines of war come knocking at your door, and Cyber Legacy, who's going to answer? Is it Vandalay Enterprise again, Lacoste? Knock knock, who's there?
They lost the tier 3 tower, also nice use of Pipe to keep their creeps alive from Keeper of the Lights Illuminate. It's only level 1. Weaver farming her BKB. Still far, far away from it. Next Roche may respawn in 3 minutes. They lost Aegis pretty quickly. Phantom Lancer level 20 with the full Abyssal Blade. He can lock down Necro easily.
Telescope for the Dire team coming out. Tier 3 items flowing through from these neutral camps. Cyber Legacy, though, still afraid of the initiation of Gambit.
Assassin on the hunt.
He
Breaks
finds the
Light on
Yules.
Dragonite.
Last hero, BKBs. Ex-Vampire holding onto his stun as Dream so easily clears through the Keeper of the Light in the backlines. Palantimos and Bignum trying to shove out the wave down bottom into the tier 2. It seems straightforward. The steamroller of Gambit is here. And do I jinx? Yeah, unless they go diving into Fountain again, I don't see a way of them losing this game, Lacoste.
I have to agree, Gary, but you never know what can happen.
You never know. Two-man chains. Dream just focusing buildings, much more systematic. FNG's had a word with his cause. They do make the jump now onto the Necro, and Pikachu is blown up with no buyback available. Dead for 50 seconds, still working on that Ratty. And the full lane of barracks dropping. No way to shift into another lane, though. Tier 2s are still standing. That's what's being signaled out here by the Necro. But they've got themselves a soul bind. Lasso drags back Dream. He's got Lotus Orb up on him. Manta to get away. Will-O-Wisp is pretty good under the tier 4s, but it's just not a team fight win here for Cyber Legacy. They've lost the big numpat. And this poor Dragonite, he's popped his BKB, he's got massive wings, he's shiny, he's golden, but he's about to fall if they want to commit on him. Timbersaur's like, nah, we'll let him go. We'll kill the Cottle instead. Full in a barracks.
Keeper of the Light, coming to your pubs. Don't pay attention to this. Yeah, I believe this game is over. Necro needs another 1,000 gold to finish off the Radiance. Weaver is getting closer to BKB, but against the Abyssal Blade, it's not gonna be that efficient anyway. And once Phantom Lancer makes a jump, it's a guaranteed kill. They have no saves. Yes, you can try to heal with Necro, use Guardian Greaves, but Phantom Lancer at the moment dishes out too much damage.
And now they want to try and secure that top part of the map. Top tier 2, Roshan, high ground. Very high priority objectives here. Gambit want to try and grab for themselves, and it looks like Cyber Legacy swinging down south. Trying to make the most of things. Get an outpost, get a tier 2. But they've got to be so careful coming out of their base, especially when they're kind of straddled across the river. They're all isolated.
Keeper of the Light.
He's going to get caught by GPK. Annihilated.
Yeah, he adjusted his skill build properly this game, I would say.
No,
Blinding Light. No, full BKB died for Palantimo, so that means 3 minutes without it.
That means game over. That was their one chance.
Yeah, let's go back to Keeper of the Light. I want to say something positive about him. So, -3 seconds Blinding Light cooldown. And he maxed it out. With Chakra, you can perma blind people, great against PL and the illusions. And here it comes, PL.
They've got the chain stuns and the soulbind now. Pikachu, is he dead without buyback again? He is. Gone for a minute, and Dragonite, even though his BKB's up, he just can't focus on anyone. There's too many illusions, too many things in the fight that he has to deal with, and a jump in from GBK forces the Will-O-Wisp, but the two-man stun from ex-Vampire surely closes this game out as GG's called. Big Num taps out, and it's 1-1. We're going to game 3. It's been a hectic series, back and forth, but Gambit, much better play. No mucking around, no fountain diving, and really showing this time around in game 2 that they've got what it takes.
Phantom Lancer just got too much out of his lane and from the jungle, got the Iron Talon, kept farming, staying one step ahead of Weaver. If Weaver had a BKB there with the Maelstrom instead of going for that Dragonlance, it could have made a bit of difference. But Nyx Assassin was causing a lot of issues. This was last pick Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, you've got, I mean, look, Timbersaw, PL, Ember Spirit, all with like 20k damage. FNG with like 15,000. I'm absolutely ready for game 3. Nyx Assassin, like, he doesn't have that much damage, but you're right. Just the carapace, the fact he has that one ability, the follow through with the Yules and stun, the break onto the DK, everything was beautiful there from Excess Vampire, even though the stats don't necessarily show it. And that's why sometimes context matters and stats not always 100% correct, lining up with the truth. But there we have it, game 2 in the books. We'll jump into the lobby, Lacoste. What are you expecting to see for game 3? Who's your priority pick?
I want to see something that happened in game number 1. I'm here for the fun times, not for the long times, you know?
Give us some Storm, give us some Axe. We'll jump into the ads and return with the lobby. Game 3 coming up after the break.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, or I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Skill shots are one of the most flashy types of skills in a game that is otherwise typically more strategic than mechanical. With that being said, being particularly skilled at hitting skill shots is one of the few purely mechanical improvements you can make to your gameplay that will actually rival learning important game concepts. In other words, knowing the ins and outs of hitting and using skill shots can essentially carry you through a lot of games, even if that hero sucks in the current meta. To give you an example, if you pudge hook somebody at precisely the right time during their teleport timer, you can give them a quick dip in the fountain to refill their bottle, get fountain regen, and quickly pick up items right before they're brought back to your location. This is very similar to Kunkka's X marks the spot fountain TPing, which of course pros have been abusing for years. The mechanic that we're abusing with this trick is that at the end of the pudge hook, the hooked target's location is set to the pudge hook location. So that means wherever they are for the duration of the hook, they will be brought back to pudge. This can similarly be abused to cancel a BKB plus Lincoln Sphere TP that would otherwise be almost impossible to stop, because technically you're not interrupting any TP, you're just bringing the person back to the pudge hook location after the TP finishes channeling. But Punch Hook is not the only skill shot with nuanced, abusable mechanics. To give you another example, plenty of pro players have been using Mirana's arrow, which instantly kills creeps, to arrow ranged creeps, which pushes the wave, and that means you get the level 2 power spike before your laning opponents do. One of the more recent and honestly sinfully underutilized skill shot tricks is that Mars has the ability to cast his spear in any direction without turning when Bulwark is toggled. This can be abused by quickly toggling Bulwark to spear people backwards while they're chasing you, without having to turn around. Moreover, you can use this while sieging to spear people out of base that aren't expecting it, because if you jump in with spear and have Bulwark active, they have no idea what direction the spear is going to be aimed at, so it makes it significantly harder to dodge.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Baby, leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. You're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know. Walk on up with a drink in hand, sipping mixers cause you can. And all the lights begin to switch off. You're chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the holding on for life, feeding the high, chasing the night, chasing the night. Hotel rooms and city squares, champagne bottles, drum and snare. The sights and cities seem to fall away when you stay. Locked in love for a night or two, losing sleep just to get a few. Day to day you wanna stay out. You're chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Dota's the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running in for GG.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
ESL 1 Los Angeles is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GG Bet.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm not sure if the stream is up yet. ESL working on the problems. Lacoste, we may as well have a bit of a chat about this draft just in case the stream has started back up again with that 5-minute delay. We're never quite sure. Run us through the draft for me as I tinker with some stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 9 heroes from the same game. Out of 9, we might even see 8. Same opener for Gambit, Ember Spirit, and Grimstroke. And they have a Phantom Lancer. So there's going to be this combo. You used Grimstroke's Inkswell on Ember Spirit. He goes in, doesn't have to care about the thing. Once again, Cyber Legacy with Keeper of the Light Dragonite combo to lower the cooldown on his stun. They need last pick. What do they need? Position 4 Shadow Demon, position 5 Keeper of the Light Dragonite. Could be offlane. So they need someone that deals well with PL. Huh. Let me just go through the heroes real quick. Even though I've been playing this game for a very long time, I still need to check the hero list. Then a certain hero pops into my mind.
Yeah, it's like visual cues, right?
Yeah,
like you see the icon, you're like, oh, there it is. That's what we needed. And you know what we need? You know what I'm doing right now? I'm adding Keck W to the channel.
Oh yeah, enable please.
I'm trying. I can't believe it's not been done already.
And make me a mod, please. Thank you.
Yeah, good point.
I'm gonna be in chat in a second.
What's your name? Lacoste Dota?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Emotes. Emotes. Here we go.
Oh, once again, Necro. So they have, every single team has, one hit team has 3, the other team has 4 out of 5 heroes from the last game. I guess the lane setup will be the same. Necrophos on the mid lane against Ember, or just the laning. If they decide to lane, maybe Ember on the side lane. Necrophos will want to have that matchup. Earthshaker. So they will have insta initiation of Nyx Assassin last game. Once he gets that Blink Dagger, great against Necrophos, great against Weaver. Did you enable it, Gary?
Yes. It should come up soon. Just needs to, I think everyone just needs to like refresh, make sure it's all good. See if you can use it. But yeah, let me see. ESL talking to streaming, stand by. Hopefully we should be back up-ish. ESL, I'll just let chat know we're working on the issue. Not sure when we're back. Streaming restarted your target. So yeah, we should be back now, which is us in the past and 5 minutes in the future for chat. Oh, I see the stream live now. We live.
Back to being live.
Good stuff. I think you guys have like 2 mins of us not talking. But yeah, okay, cool stuff. Right, game 3. Now that all that nonsense is out of the way, game 3, Gambit up against Cyber Legacy. We'll run the Mercedes MVP ad as well and get ourselves into the match, shall we? And away we go into a pause. Beautiful stuff. As we have ourselves, like you were saying, a lot of the same heroes from that previous game. Palantimos on the Weaver, Pikachu playing the Necro. This time, though, a Shadow Demon for Big Num, with last hero Dragonite and Happy on the Keeper of the Light. Over on the Radiant side, Vampire Earthshaker instead of the Nyx. But we still have a GPK Ember Spirit, a Grimstroke for FNG, a Dream Phantom Lancer, and now a Meles Batrider coming into play.
This is the build that I've not seen on Earthshaker yet. Ring of Bassi, even though a lot of these position 4/5s love to buy it, it grants 1.4 mana region to yourself and allies. And then you have Clarity and Mega, so a lot of mana sustain, which means a couple of Fissures. Instead of going for
the
boot
problems,
speed.
Lacoste,
I guess he just wants to have more mana instead of positioning himself better. And Earthshaker is a hero that you don't trade well with. Like, you are forcing enemy to be blocked, catch him in a bad spot, and then this is where Batrider shines, especially if he gets to level 2 quickly. So Earthshaker might stay away a little bit from the XP range.
All right, it looks like we are all good. I'm not sure why KEKW is not working for me. I've got it activated on the channel. It looks like it should work. I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. That's annoying. We'll get it one day. We've only got a couple of days left, Lacoste. How many more series do we have?
I believe we have like 3 or 4 days of work. Let me just check. Today is Tuesday. 14th.
So we've got Wednesday, Team Unique against Chicken Fighters. Then Thursday, we have ourselves the last series of the group stages. We're going to have 2 series on Thursday. I think we're doing Nigma versus Viking and then Secret against Unique, but I could be wrong on that one. And then we've got a couple of lower bracket games, right? The lower bracket matches at the start of Friday and Saturday to round out our casting.
Yes, we do. You are correct once again, Gary. Still a bit of pause. Weaver out of the game, disconnected, unplugged the cable. Mid matchup is going to be the same from the previous game. Pikachu against Ember Spirit. I do not want to see Keeper of the Light feeding away First Blood to Ember.
Oh, that is too good.
What are you laughing about?
Chat wheel, not just chat wheel, the laughter of FNG's Grimstroke. Very strong. It's working, KEKW. Yes, it does work. Can you go test for me, Lacoste? Because it's not showing on my screen, and I've refreshed and I've tried all sorts of shit, but it's not. Can you just drop a KEKW in chat?
Dota 2.
What did you learn?
Right, where are we at? Join Dota Red.
Oh, is it because I'm in the dashboard? That might be why. ESL _ join Dota Red.
Yeah, I tested it. It does not work.
Am I being KEKW'd by the KEKW'ers? KEKW.
Probably.
No, it works, dude.
Well,
it works. Yeah, it works for me. Nice. We got it.
All capital?
Yeah, all capital, KEKW.
Doesn't work for me.
Sad story. Just try refreshing. I don't know. Close your browser. It definitely works. Anyway, get ourselves into game, shall we? CS up on the board. See what we're looking at. Down bottom, last hero with the happy Kotl. And Big Num Shadow Demon also swinging down south. But PL back Grimstroke, this trio is incredibly potent with Inkswell, Sticky Napalm, and that Phantom Rush giving you extra right clicks. Chasing forward onto the DK, already Lance level 1 for Dream, so going for the slow and the magic nuke instead. As last hero yet to level anything up, still holding his point. 4 stacks.
Whenever you say last hero, I think they just got team wiped and he's the only one standing.
He's the last hero standing. Everybody else is dead. The bounty runes should still belong to Gambit down here, right?
It should.
Big Num with Shadow Poison. So no disruption to stop the aggression from Dream. They've got Inkswell to chase. FNG focusing on the Keeper of the Light here, but good Blinding Light allows the steal. 3-for-1 bounty rune, but Kotl speedy enough to get up on the high ground again and safe and sound. God damn.
What did you learn? What did you learn?
1, 2. Actually, 3 for 1.
3 comes after 2, Lacoste.
Yes, it does. Math experts.
We've been playing Valve games for too long. It can be a little difficult to remember. So Vampire up top, already blocking off one of the waves. Gets a second one. Ring of Bassi with clarity. Refilling his mana pool real nicely. GPK does the same, pull into mid again. So dragging the wave away from Pikachu, who meets his between tier 1, tier 2. Also, Shadow Demon left to try and defend last hero bottom. Dream not giving chase, while Kotl comes up top to play with Plantimos Weaver.
Fisher's not going to be dead. Efficient against Weaver Shikuchi. I mean, you block him off. One of the reasons why they have Weaver. And against the Batrider, you have this extra movement speed, so you can run away. How's mid lane doing? 4-3 against 3-4.
Nice little mirror. Happy. We're trying to get the long pull up. Oh, that one Centaur Courser. Oh, he's aggroed the range creep, but Vampire's done a good job here messing with the other ones. Make sure that the full pull doesn't come out. Then he grabs the range creep to meet it up. Good attempt from Happy, but of course Earthshaker's always going to be lurking around in the shadows waiting for that kind of play. FNG removes an Observer Ward. That's always a nice little bonus bit of gold for you. Necro standing on top of the high ground of GPK. And I wonder, you know, after having this lane matchup, like, would he have learned some new things? Would he have figured out, you know, how Pikachu plays it? What he should be looking out for? Because he's not leveling up Flame Guard at all just yet. And it is cancelled out by the level 2 Death Pulse. But he's holding on maybe for the slight chains.
Who's going to make a rotation? I mean, Earthshaker could. Batrider, you can leave him alone for 30 seconds to a minute. It's a tough lane for Ember Spirit. And remember, this game, Ember Spirit did not get the free First Blood, killing Keeper of the Light, so it's going to be much easier for Pikachu to play and Snowball. Look at him already harassing. 2 Null Talismans finished.
Oh, Melis is in trouble top lane. Palantimos, oh, great Fisher. But it's still going to be a Shikuchi forward, and First Blood about to be spilt here by Cyber Legacy. Kotl and Weaver pairing up beautifully. Big Num, he loves this snore chat wheel, doesn't he? Everything's a snooze fest for him. Shadow Demon missing out on the Courier Snipe, but still blocking up that pull camp, making sure it's not easy for FNG to reset lane equilibrium.
Now they have a save, Shadow Demon, against PL, against Emperor. I'm wondering if Weaver learned anything from this game. I assume he's not gonna go Dragonlance this time. Just either Maelstrom into BKB or full Mjolnir into BKB. Also, I expect Spirit Vessel once again from Ember. Great against Dragonite, great against Necrophos.
The big difference, though, Phantom Lance at 21 CS, much better time than the Weaver is having up top.
Last Hero is also having much better game than in the previous one.
Yeah, 22.
He was struggling.
Whacking away at creeps. Mid lane, rotation in onto GPK. Stack up the poison, give him the clicks, the Inkswell with a Fairy Fire. Is that enough? The damage not quite there.
One more. They needed one extra hit or one tick from Shadow Poison. He's just gonna go back. Does not want to waste the healing salve. Out of mana already. Neutral creep, killing Happy.
Yeah, Excess Vampire super close to taking him down, but these Harpies came in and killed off Happy after a nice blinding light pushed the Earthshaker back.
Harpy killing Happy.
Harpy Happy. Mela's gonna get a decent amount of gold though, securing up some of that farm. As GPK does return back to mid lane. Observer Ward, where's it gonna go? Up on the high ground? 5-minute rune's about to spawn up. He is closing in on Bottle, but not the perfect timing here as Big Num disrupts up Dream. Make sure that the PL and the Inkswell don't do a number on them, but he still drops. The last hero, no points in stun of course, but it looks like he is speedy enough with a boots advantage. 360 against 296 to get that second bounty rune.
Necro, much better game than what he had in the one. Even though he had an amazing game, great start, now he's dumpstering GPK.
In the bin. Double null. Is it the same build as, again from Pikachu? I guess he would go Arcane's Greaves. The pipe up against Batrider, Earthshaker, Ember Spirit. There's a lot of magic damage there. As the last hero, yet again, just being chased around a little bit. Inkswell, this time with their help of Earthshaker, chain stunning him down. And little by little, they tickle the Dragon Knight into the ground. Unless he can juke himself around in the trees with a salve and a disruption. He's got himself like 400 HP back now, but he's still being stunned up. And Big Num kept him in a dangerous position and allowed Gambit to reset around him.
I believe Shadow Demon killed him there.
I think so.
With the disruption. Shaker was not close to use Enchant Totem. Dragon Knight has boots, while Shaker does not.
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks, Shadow Demon, I guess.
It gave him another like 150 HP off the salve. But I think you're right, with the movement speed the Dragon Knight has there, he probably was able to just run away and not get chain stunned. And of course, you know, Shadow Demon Disruption, 2.75 duration. That's 2.75 seconds for your enemies to reset the cooldowns on all their abilities. Sentry Ward's getting traded. Ember Spirit now back in the jungle, looking to stack up. Is he able to get a double stack here? Does he Remnant across? No, just going for the large camp. Clear it out with a Flame Guard. And Pikachu given that free lane completely, as is Palantimo's top. Batrider is now jungling a couple of stacks that he's built up for himself.
Mid lane, completely free farm for Necro, going for that build that he did in the previous one. You want to be able to get rid of the Spirit Vessel that Ember's going to build against sticking up palm charges, and just the heal in general is really great that you bring into a team fight. Surprised that Dragon Knight's putting more points in Breathe Fire. We've seen these offlane Dragon Knights just maxing out Dragon Blood, survivability. Also, he does not have a magic wand. It's an item that you need to have. Okay, he's bringing one, but if you had that earlier, there was a lot of spells used, 3 points in Dragon Blood. That's how you survive. It's not like this is a killer lane for you. You just want to pressure the PL and get the most out of it without dying.
Well, they will stick around down there. 8 minutes in, we're starting to see people crack level 6, level 7. All the supports down at level 4 and 3, though, sadly. And Radiant looking like they've got a little bit of an advantage there, overall experience-wise. Yeah, a tiny advantage as we look at the graph. Net worth, 2k lead for Cyber Legacy. As Big Num goes and clears out a nice stack for himself.
I love that they're playing similar drafts this game. Both teams being stubborn. Like Gambit won. So like, yeah, if it's not broken, we're not gonna fix it. But from Cyber Legacy's point of view, we think we can win this game with these heroes, which just did not execute it well. Didn't itemize properly.
Dire's structures are
Melas telling FNG to go stack some bloody camps for him. Going into that Blink Dagger. Big fan of that. As a Fissure does catch Pikachu mid lane. He's got Mech, Wand, more Death Pulses that he can count. Not really a threat there to his life. He just stood around and said, all right, come at me then. Let's see what you got.
Melas really doesn't play this greedy offlaner. He just wants to be involved very early on. We've seen that on Axe, 11-minute Blink Dagger, just a Ring of Thras to have some regeneration in the laning stage. Now he's also going for a Blink Dagger, no Boots of Travel.
Dragon Tail onto the Earthshaker stops the wraparound play. Last hero, Elder Dragon form ending now. Net worth, Necro up at the top. There's PL, helped out by Melas. Last hero dragged away, but Pikachu comes in and TPs and says, right, I've got the sustain, we'll keep the DK alive. Grab up these 10-minute bounty runes as well. It looks like a 4-0. Not a single bounty rune there for the Radiant team. And the lead expanded by Cyber Legacy. There just doesn't seem to be any pressure from Gambit. They're waiting, they're biding their time, getting this PL strong. But it feels like the Dire are going to have a much better time coming out and playing as this game progresses. Better than game 2 anyway.
Necro 2,000 gold advantage over Ember Spirit. Now
massive.
Necro is going to jungle, so Keeper of the Light will get some experience from that, a lot of stacks, while Shadow Demon is getting his level 6 on the mid, also some help from the Dome. They need to get Keeper of the Light to level 6. It's minute 11, he's level 4.
Where's Batrider now? He's switching away from Blink to bots. So it's definitely an indication that they want to delay this game even further. PL from the way top.
Has a lot of farm, getting closer to his. Blink Dagger, I guess that's the item that he wants to go for. Batrider. Yeah, not in range to use the Dragonite stun.
Meanwhile, top lane, FNG getting picked off. Dream wants Happy here real badly. But I'm not sure he's going to be able to get it, you know? The illusions giving chase a little bit onto the Kotl, but Palantimos Weaver sticks his body in the midst. No chance following that Kotl through as down bottom lane, Pikachu and last hero with a catapult wave, keeping Carty alive for the tier 1. While GPK and Melas getting ready for an initiation, TPing the Earthshaker in. Remnant into chains, Pikachu still has mech and 21 charges, but that Echo Slam from Vampire clears through the Necro and the sustain is gone. 4 heroes rotate down bottom. Yes, they lose the tier 1 tower, but 2 massive kills.
And that's exactly what they needed. Earthshaker is getting gold from those kills. He has mana boots queued up. I don't think he's gonna buy mana boots. Like, he might buy it after, but definitely wants a Blink Dagger for himself. Otherwise, it would be a waste of 900 gold. And he wants to lane for himself so that he can farm it up. Bottom lane is pushed in. This is usually where Earthshaker farms his Blink Dagger.
I just can't believe Pikachu there didn't get his wand or his mech off. Being very greedy, holding on to it. Just allowing Vampire to walk in with that Echo Slam. As they will pressure these objectives now, though, trying to accelerate that lead. Top lane is Kotl in trouble. Happy. Blinding Light's ready, and he's holding that, making sure Dream cannot find the solo kill up top. And Palantimos even joining in mid lane.
Dire's top tower is
Pikachu bodyguarding the
Melas.
catapult.
We're going for a Blink Dagger. He still decides to get Boots of Travel. I mean, it's one of the reasons why Boots of Travel is so popular since the recent Firefly change. Like, you get the percentage-based speed, so you don't need Blink Dagger early on, and you can drag people faster in the back lines of your team. Earthshaker still farming. 600 gold away from that Blink.
Getting pretty close, skipping out on the Arcane Boots. Well, there's your Greaves on Necro now as FNG with Meles smoking and wrapping around onto this last hero Dragon Knight. He buys up his Blink Dagger though, and he's not really the target you would ideally want to go for. You've got a lot of magic damage, yes, to kind of shred through him. That HP regen though, and now the Elder Dragon form, he's been dragged away from the heal. Gets his wand off, and now the mech with the Death Pulse. Last hero still up and running. He is surviving. He's a liver, not a dire, as FNG sniped down by Palantimos, the Weaver giving chase. Meles, no blink, boost of travel there, so you're quickly getting away from the Weaver.
Out of mana. They can't chase. Phantom Lasher is going to put some pressure on the lane. Diffusal Blade still needs 1,000 gold to finish it off, because he decided to go for Yasha as the first item.
Oh, Demonic Purge, so good against GPK's Ember Spirit. Dodges out of the Will-O-Wisp after the Remnant as the Reaper's Scythe slays the Earthshaker. And Weaver with Dragon Knight, picking off the Ember. 5k lead here for Cyber Legacy, and they really are swinging into action much faster. Seems like Big Num's Shadow Demon countering out this Ember Spirit very nicely, dispelling off that Flame Guard, slowing him down so he can't Remnant escape. And right now, everything is on the shoulders of Dream's Phantom Lancer. Diffusal Blade, 400 odd gold away. Didn't finish off the Manta, went Yasha into Diff Blade. Back into the Manta after, I assume.
Oh, Nether Shawl, that's such a great item for Necro. He does not want to keep it. Alrighty, some extra magical resistance. The Gambit has a ton of spell damage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What's he keeping? He's keeping Ocean Heart. That's a bit odd. 5 all attributes. That's pretty good. But that passive feels very rarely useful. Pupil's Gift up on Weaver now.
It's probably one of the worst passes. Like, yeah. You have to stand in the river, sorry. Otherwise you get nothing.
Like, you get it in laning stage and you're mid and you're like, nice. And then it's useless.
2 minutes after.
Exactly.
Guys,
Oh,
let's fight. Let's fight in the river.
Yeah, let's go fight around Roshan.
Embrace for Weaver, that's a big one. A lot of tank ability or damage. This is a free tier 2 tower Earthshaker. Alright, he has a Blink Dagger. Do they have a smoke? Yes, they do. It's go time for them.
Still level 1 Echo Slam. Sad times. He is down at the dock. A lot of these supports are very low level, actually, it feels like. 16 minutes in, still sitting around level 7, level 8. Try and close in on that level 2 ulti on Echo Slam. As Meles looking to clear out top wave, keeping Happy busy. I think Kotl is reasonably content with just clearing out wave after wave with Chakra Magic Illuminate. Getting some golden experience for himself. And the rest of his team very well prepared here to fight 4 versus 4. But a good Radiant scan.
Picked up, give that to Excess Vampire. Otherwise I'm gonna get mad.
Oh, for the vision?
Oh, for the memes. Mid lane.
Oh, I gotcha. GPK annihilated by Pikachu. And it's really a slow and steady walk. It's a stroll towards victory here for Cyber Legacy. I don't know what's happened, but Gambit just seem to have lost their spark. Their mojo has been bottled up and sent off somewhere. No more snappy, active plays. It really is like a wounded animal backed up against the wall. We'll see if they do decide to strike back now. Last hero getting jumped by the Batrider, but a great Dragon Tail stops the advance for a little bit. Palantimos arriving. Do they have any heal for last hero? No.
Oh,
disruption.
Shadow Demon.
Too late. And Necro way too far away.
Maybe they just not want to take that fight. They saw Necro was on the top lane. They still have a tier 1 tower, and Necro picked up the Nether Shawl. 25% magic resistance is no joke. Spell damage on his Reaper side and Dead Pulse, and he's going for Radiance. I liked it. There's no Nyx Assassin in this game like in the previous one, so he can't get the carapace of that easily.
Yeah, he had to go Pipe first, right? And then he tried to go Radiance, but the game was ending before he could finish it off. He had, I think he got Relic and he had like 500 gold saved up, and then the game ended. Radiance was still a good 800-900 gold away. A double damage rune for the Weaver though. Into the Roche Pit they go. FNG with a couple of TPs here. And Batrider looping in from the outpost towards the back. No vision of this. Happy waiting in the trees. Big Num ready to disrupt and strike back. The Sleight of Fist in. Palantimos grabs it as Blink Echo Slam. Vampire, his initiation. It comes to naught. It was getting far too crowded in there. A 1 versus 5 in the pit. Excess Vampire screwed over as the call was to jump, and Dream TPing away from bottom lane. Cyber Legacy 9k lead now with Aegis up. Palantimos Weaver looking incredibly strong, and this means he can go this Mjolnir build now, right? He doesn't need the BKB. Yeah.
This is the thing about the item build. We see that more often. When you pick up the Aegis, you don't need a defensive item, so he can be more greedy and get that full Mjolnir. Otherwise, he would need to get a BKB so he can fight the Earthshaker and Mana Burn.
Players who abandon a match will be penalized. Good. Very good.
During Dragon form, Dragonite becomes a range hero, allowing him to benefit from items like Hurricane Pike. Wait, what?
What are you talking
Dragonite with Hurricane Pike. This is what's written on my screen.
Oh dear. Valve, what are you trying to do? Trying to get Dragonite players to buy Hurricane Pike.
Trying to lower my MMR, I see.
God damn it. You know, I'm sure I saw that in a couple of pro games. Like when Hurricane Pike was a new item. I'm so sure I saw it picked up on DK like once or twice. No, sorry, not Hurricane Pike. It was just Dragonlance. Just Dragonlance. Not the full Pike. Because the stats are pretty good. Like, you can't deny the stats are pretty good on Dragonlance.
The only time you can buy Dragonlance on Dragonite is if you have a Dragon scale as new.
So then you've got, what, 6 dragon abilities or something? All dragon!
What? You have 3 dragon abilities, you have Dragonite in main. That's 6, you're correct.
Hot damn. Why we paused again? What's the reason? 1 minute.
FNG said he's ready. Alright, 1 minute for Pikachu.
Pikachu needs a bit of time. Essence ring up on him. He's got enough money for his relic. Kotl very close to Glimmer Cape, and that's a sick item to be able to save whoever gets jumped by Lasso, Blink, Echo.
2 saves. Disruption and the Glimmer Cape on Kotl. Much better game from Keeper of the Light than in the previous one. FNG is struggling.
He sure is. I mean, Will-O-Wisp is also kind of a big AoE save.
It is.
Nice massive zoning tool as the Dire Vision. I just want to pay attention to that blue drawing on the map from FNG. I think he wants to get into his own jungle. Clear out some of these wards. One of them under a sentry, yep. So they'll know these wards are around here. As Radiant Vision, yeah, they've got 1 observer deep. That was what they were trying to use to contest that Roshan. Scouting out last hero top on that Dragonite. So GPK is going to feel pretty safe clearing out, 1 or 2 waves here, farm the jungle a little bit, get himself a little closer to that Maelstrom. But he is struggling, man.
Amber Spirit needs to find some farm on the map.
He's 600 gold ahead of the Shadow Demon. Bloody hell. He's got half the net worth of the frickin' Weaver. Well, that's where the net worth lead on Cyber Legacy comes from. It's a GPK Ember Spirit, a player that we've been praising throughout the group stage, and when he's playing Storm Spirit, he's looked incredibly strong. But this matchup again, Ember versus Necro, it is close to unplayable, and they've given it to him twice in a row.
What Cyber Legacy is waiting for now is Radiance on Necro. He also hit level 15. Very good. Both of those talents are good. Dragonite, he's not gonna have BKB for the next fight. Aegis, 3.5 minutes since we were paused. I'm losing track of time.
Well, Fisher towards Palantimos. Gets himself out of danger. And he still has that Aegis, like you were mentioning, for another 3 minutes now. A group up
needs
from
some mana
Gambit.
From Keeper of the Light.
Ember
Right
Spirit.
now, sorry Gary, Gambit needs to try to split push as much as they can.
And that is what GPK is trying to do. Batrider shoving out bottom lane now, so PL really is just sitting in the pocket, hiding in the fog, farming jungle. Dar Observer Ward in a really sick place. Scouts him out, and unlikely to be dewarded here. FNG, I don't think he's got the money to keep churning out these sentry wards. He does bring out another Ob sentry. Let's see what he does with it. It's difficult to know, because objective-wise, mid-tier 1 and bottom tier 1 both still standing, so ideally Gambit would want to take one of these towers down. They just don't have the opportunity, really. And Dream being chased by the Weaver. Good Fisher. Burn the mana with those illusions. Buying time for GPK and Melis. Yeah, shoving out these waves. It looks like they want Batrider to come in and clear and cut that mid-wave, stop the push towards high ground.
Cyber Legacy very limited on the cat. So one of the reasons why Gambit is split pushing, cutting the wave so much, you can't catch Batrider. Unless there's like a Dragon Knight in a very good position. Look where he's standing right now.
He's very deep. So what's he going to do? Try and take out 2 waves or just the one at bottom? As PL's ready for the waves coming down south. Wants to try and push into the tier 1 down there, and FNG is pinging it out with Excess Vampire coming across too. GPK is going to get spotted by this ward, and I believe they know it's coming, but Dragonite still going to get jumped here. Good disruption, saves him from the Batrider, and Plantimos is in with Dream running forward, killing off SD with the Inkswell down, and a good Fisher blocking off 2. They soulbind up the DK and Weaver, but the chase on the Dream is still on. The jump in from last hero, Dragon Tail up the Phantom Lantern, Plantimos, he's in here with a good amount of damage, Dream's about to fall, the Swarm is up on him. They had that minus armor and the right clicks to bring him down, while the rest of Gambit, it is bail out time. TP home, do not get caught, because Phantom Lancer has no buyback for 40 seconds. Oh, Batrider
instantly cuts into backlines, tries to
the Dragon Tail, they've got him!
Shaker.
They got Melis, that's a second kill. That is not meant to happen. Gambit getting picked apart. The real nice TP back to tier 1 by the DK catches that bonus Batrider kill.
Valentino's trying to find Earthshaker, cancel his Blink Dagger. They still got 2 big kills out of this, even though Shadow Demon died. It's not that big of a deal. And you can see both supports going for this Shadow Amulet, upgrading it to Glimmer Cape on top of Weaver being in this. So that means that after get any items to invest a lot of gold into sentries and dust. And you don't have the good gem carrier at the moment. Like, it's very efficient to buy it. You like kill 2-3 wards, you get the gold back. But the problem is everyone is squishy and they don't want to commit this early on to buying a gem.
And Weaver so close to full Satanic. Status resistance going to help him tremendously against the Earthshaker combo with Lasso, of course. 2.5 minutes for fast spawn on Roshan. Pikachu smokes up with the rest of his team. It's been a while since we've seen the Necro group up and play, but that Radiant's ready. And a potential jump on GPK. Dragon Form, Blink Stun. Ember Spirit's getting caught. Reaper Scythe going to flow out and slay him. Dead for 90 seconds with no buyback. He bought an Ogre Axe to try and get a BKB. Glyph now forced as well. And where's that creep wave? Melis is dealing with it. Courier coming out, but they've got no creeps to push high ground. FNG smoked up and running out of base as they catch out Happy, but the jump again in onto the Batrider. Melis being cleared up. And Cyber Legacy, they've been soulbound. They've caught the Weaver with a good Echo Slam, but the Will-O-Wisp is stopping this engagement. They still find no. Palantimos gets off the time lapse just in time. That second flicker, the tick from the hypnotizing Will-O-Wisp. Happy saves the day, and I think Cyber Legacy, they're storming towards victory now. The Phantom Lancer's on his way out. Doppelganger back to his tier 1. They're just, okay, you go. Sod off, PL. Go hit some creeps. You've got no TP. We are going to push your high ground.
Happy was holding that Will-O-Wisp for a very long time, did not want to use it to save himself, but blocks the full combo from the Earthshaker, which allowed Weaver to actually get the time lapse off and go back to full HP. Ember Spirit's still dead. Thank you, Ice Frog.
10 seconds until he's back up. And where's this PL? 15 seconds until he's got a TP. Bottom lane is now open for Cyber Legacy. Excess Vampire throws a Fisher out there for good measure, but they are still just going to disengage, move themselves down to that bot lane. BKB Dragonite with 20 seconds on Dragon Form. They are shoving high ground here without a shadow of a doubt. PL, he's going. He's got a catapult, trying to trade a little bit. But Weaver doing so much damage to these objectives. You add in the fact that this Necro also doing close to 200 damage a hit.
Hard.
Is the PL getting a tower? He is. That catapult's helping him out, but he's going to lose a second lane of barracks now. As the Dragonite thinking about the jump in. That Blink Dragon Tail can cause problems for them, but look at these trees being placed down by the Radiant team, blocking off the vision a little bit. Bottom lane dropping. Dream is getting a lane top. No response from Cyber Legacy just yet. They're trying to retreat as a team. They don't want to get picked off. Batrider jump is still scary with that Blink Lasso. Planting Moss, Shikuchi hiding away, waiting for the jump, but a full lane top for PL. It's something.
Yeah, from both perspectives. I think Cyber Legacy says, yeah, we're good. We took the 2 lanes. We only have one way to go, and you can see them drawing on the minimap. We're going to take the Roche and try to end the game. But Gambit is also, well, we got something out of this. We don't care if it's 1 lane or 2.
Like we were meant to get nothing out of this.
Exactly. Full Shieldless Guard on Necros. Great against the illusions. Man, this Necro's really out of control.
Neutral items coming out as well. Brand new ones. Enchanted Quiver, Ember Spirit. Oh, DK. Casual BKB. No big deal. Paladin Sword on the Weaver. Spider Legs Cottle.
Just in case, you know, if
Blink
they
Lasso
decide to gank you. I mean, it's...
I mean, you know when Batrider is like...
Stay safe. They've been talking on TV, on the internet. Stay safe, stay inside. So he's staying inside of his jungle, staying safe with BKB.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know when Batrider comes out of the ground, you know his model is underground, you're not quite sure when he's going to jump out. The subterranean Batrider is always ready to strike. Look at Last Hero. He is just hunting for targets. Observer Ward. I think it caught a glimpse of FNG move forward, and that's what he was looking for. As Gambit onto that tier 1 middle lane. Dream very nearly has Abyssal Blade done, but they are bleeding out quickly. And this time, if Cyber Legacy go high ground, there is no trade to be had for a Sederax anyway. Roshan's alive.
Full Vessel on Dream. Roshan is up.
Oh, Lasso cancelled out by the disruption. Still dragged across as Last Hero has his BKB back up. Shaker's out of there, but this opens up Roshan now. There's a gem grabbed up by Cottle, Titan Sliver. I mean, give that to the Weaver, then he's got Satanic Titan Sliver, tons of status resistance. What are we up to? 41.2%. Yeah, good luck stunning the Weaver now. Almost 30 minutes in. The second
Give Aegis
Roshan.
to Weaver, give Cheese to Necrolite. It's a freebie for Cyber Legacy. Uncontested. And now they know which lane they need to push. That easy. But also for Gambit, you know how they're gonna enter.
There is only one entry point. BKB Ember Spirit, fair enough. Phantom Lancer did finish off the Abyssal Blade. We've got Batrider, Blink, and Force Staff to try and get them that long range.
Plus a telescope.
Initiation. Oh, does he? Good catch. And then you've also got FNG with the Soulbind, so double lasso from long range. Bring 2 heroes back into that Echo Slam. Gambit still have ways of holding their high ground. That's why Cyber Legacy very calmly just pushing out these lanes, systematically move across the map. No reason to rush into anything right now. You're in the lead. You really have your boot very firmly placed on the face of Gambit.
Spider dragon, very scary. I don't know how you get one of those species who mates with who, but it's definitely a scary one.
Oh, for God's sake.
Radiant's top tower is under
I can't
attack.
stop thinking about it now. I mean, what kind of spider is it? I think that's the big question. You know, a dragon's a dragon. But is it a tarantula? Or is it a daddy longlegs? Or what kind of spider are we talking about? Black Widow?
I think Daddy would be the dragon, not the tarantula.
Daddy.
Tier 3 tower going down.
Daddy Dragon. Scan from Radiant and Dire. None of them connecting, I don't believe. The jump, where's it coming? It's so confusing. The long wraparound, looking for the Cottle. The Abyssal Blade is there. Big Num gets trapped inside the trees, but he's Glimmer caped up by Happy. The Will-O-Wisp is gorgeous, and they've got the disruption down. Big Num saves himself as last hero turns around. Dream, he's been stunned up. They've got the Dragon Tail on the correct hero in the Reaver Scythe. 100 seconds on the sidelines with no buyback, and FNG says over. That's GG. Cyber Legacy with a 2-1 victory.
Standing. He was being chased by Keeper of the Light, wrong side of the map. And Green dies, instant GG call. They understand they have no damage. But
PL's gone.
Cyber Legacy, Palantimo's on his Raid King performance on game number 1. Weaver game 2, itemization was a little bit off, not going for that earlier BKB. This game he didn't even need to get it, since he had Aegis 2 times. I love how confident they were with the draft that they had. Drafted 4 out of 5 same heroes, and they still won the game.
Aegis 2 times. Sounds like a, Italian-American gangster nickname. Tommy Two Fingers. Aaron Aegis 2 times. 705 GPM on that Weaver. 19k hero damage in a 32-minute game. It was pretty slow to start things off, but Cyber Legacy, very smooth stroll towards victory there. Taking the series 2-1 over Gambit. And that is us done for today. Of course, worth mentioning now we have some scores to talk about. The Mercedes MVP. Get your votes in on Twitter. Get your European or CIS player that you favor into that contender spot for the $50,000 value car. And currently, our top 3 are Sumail, Matumbaman, and Miracle, sitting all around kind of 27, 26, 25% of the votes so far. So make sure you get over onto Twitter, pump up those votes, get some more players in there, get some CIS players in, give them some love.
People love those flashy players, don't they?
Yeah.
No one's voting for position 5.
Brood pickers like Matumba Man. So
people just love Matu in general.
Yeah, he's a teddy bear.
Justice for Matu.
He's a soft boy. But there we have it, of course. The games continue on ESL_Dota 2 for all of you lovely people watching. And there are 3 more series to go. We've just done Gambit against Cyber Legacy. So Nigma versus Virtus Pro, probably the biggest series of the day, followed by OG Hellraisers and Viking versus Bait to round things off. So we'll run some ads. We'll raid over onto ESL_Dota 2 and get yourselves over into the further matches. Lacoste, I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time.
See you, my dude. Yes, hoping for some fun games to watch tomorrow, because today was just a CIS classic,
Back and forth and confusing as hell. Team Unique versus Chicken Fighters tomorrow, 11 a.m. CEST here on ESL_Dota Red, as we move ourselves to the closing days of the group stage for ESL 1 LA 2020, the online replacement for the major. That's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna wanna see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know. Walk on up with a drink in hand, sipping mixers 'cause you can. And all the lights begin to switch off. You're chasing the light, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the light, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night, holding on for holding on for life, feeding the high, chasing the night, chasing the night. Hotel rooms and city squares, champagne bottles, drum and snare. The sights and cities seem to